Hello all and welcome. I'm your not so humble game master TJ, and this is Dice of Ages presenting CrestVahllen C3. I said that way too loud, and I apologize. We're back here at the table. We will be starting off like we did last time with some challenges and quizzes, or what's up?
Can we do teams? Can we do team black and white versus
Yeah,
team shades
I don't
of
have a
gray?
problem with you guys. Here's the deal.
We didn't
you
even
guys
plan
are
that. That's just
so here's
color
the
coordination.
problem with that is that I'm gonna say
Episode name. Shades
you
of
guys will
Grey.
then have to decide between the two of you which one gets it, because it's
have
for the
one.
person. It's a hot button thing, you know.
So that only one of the three of us gets it?
I can't give you two for one question.
But that's true. You know, I'm comfortable with that.
Also, Maeve makes bad choices, so I'd probably just give it to Tilia.
Made bad question, bad choices. That's funny. Okay, so
That's the episode title.
Maeve makes bad choices. We're calling it right now. That means you have to do stupid
That's
shit.
the
this
damn
time.
session name, honestly.
All right. So, how about the first question? This one's kind of a gimme. No phones. Put your phones down. But not on the table because they'll vibrate, and that's not okay. So, how do you spell the only remaining family of Sarnlua?
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, you think you remember? All right.
ARANBACH.
That's correct. There you go. Ding, ding, ding. You get a world inspiration. Nice job.
We didn't tease you about that at all.
Yeah, no, they didn't tease me about it at all, to the point where I'm about to give them a boss that if they don't spell things right, they
I
get
thought
hit
you were
points taken
going
away.
German, man. Ehrenbach.
It is
Wait.
B-A-C-H. What are you talking about?
Wait,
The first
is
part is
that-
not spelled like you would
Also,
spell honor.
yeah, okay, because the fantasy, just like, well, this is a German dude. Come on. What's up?
Wait, can that
you're
boss just be a
Just a little bit.
That boss is a giant bee, right?
It's the spelling bee? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, no.
Got him.
The spelling bee.
Yes,
You
exactly.
were all allergic.
Your mic can probably... No, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
testing, testing.
Okay.
Okay. What was my other one for today? I think it had to do with...
TJ only has room in his brain for bad jokes or questions. We need to make sure that we keep this balance
I
correct.
think most of my jokes are good jokes.
What
No,
is
not your-
Talia's
not your
last
jokes.
name?
Oh, somebody else's jokes?
What
Yes.
is your quest?
No one knows, actually. Oh, wait, that is it.
Kierkegaard.
Yeah, of Kierkegaard.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Kierkegaard.
The other question is, does Tilia have cat ears and or other ears?
Do Bouquet have surnames?
Questions
It's
to
more
ask
of
in
a-
character.
They don't have actually names when they're born. They choose their name at a later time in life, around adolescence. So as far as surnames are, they could choose to take part of their parent's name if they want to, but it all depends on whether they want to. So next question, quiz question 2. I'm trying to remember the stuff because we have 3 different campaigns, so I'm trying to remember the stuff that you would actually guys know. Does anybody remember what, without looking at any maps, does anybody remember what, because you had a map, right?
Yeah.
You got a map. Does anybody remember what the structure or the location at the most southwestern point of the continent is called? It does have it has like a tower and it has a name, just like any of the cities or towns would have names.
I don't
It's
remember.
at the southwestern tip.
I know where I can find it.
No, don't look
That's
at the
cheating.
map.
I
I'm
can
not going
s-
to answer.
Oh, even if I can see these maps.
I mean,
Like, they
well,
aren't
technically,
helping.
you are able to use your notes, but but this is more of a
The
see if you remember.
southwest.
It's kind of
So the
cheating.
stocks are in the
Survach.
southeast by the
Yeah,
shading.
sorry. So
cable.
nobody got that one.
Yeah.
Survach. All right, for bonus points then, because you just looked at the map. Who can tell me what? Did anybody here take French?
Nope.
No.
Okay, good. Who can tell me what the the geographic wall or hillside that encapsulates the Shalian cradle is called, if it was translated to common. If you have your maps, you can look at your maps, but it's not in common.
Oh. Wow, I
Well, I
didn't
remembered
realize
the name in
that.
French correctly, but I don't
What
know
is
what
the
that
name in
means.
French?
You have to tell me.
Oh, they
You have your
a
maps.
map.
There's also a map right there of it on the wall.
Sea of Stone?
Nope.
Can I like phone a friend and just see the map? That's right.
Josh,
That
I
is not
missed-
on that map. It's only on that.
Oh.
Mirdis and...
What is it?
It's Mur des Ancêtres.
Yeah.
Mur
Mur des Ancêtres.
de mur
Mur des Ancêtres.
des ancêtres.
Mur des Ancêtres, because of how articles work with starting vowels thing in French. No? No other
I
guesses?
imagine the Moors.
Something of death?
Nope.
No.
Nope. You give up?
Give up.
You give up. It's called the Wall of the Ancestors.
Wall.
Mur is wall, Ancêtre is ancestors.
In Spanish,
To the hell.
mar is sea. So
Ah, yeah.
I thought I was,
Costa Lamar,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to
Like, how does it look on the
Yep.
camera?
equivalize that.
This is-
All right, well, we got.
looks fine.
Well, Alex
It's
got
blocking
one.
me.
Does anybody have any challenges?
Just your thing.
Is it just you?
I-
Is it a challenge to you, or is
Oh,
it a
yeah, that's
challenge
right.
to?
Oh, you want to challenge somebody else at the table?
I'd just be curious.
Oh.
I would say sure. If you want to wager one and then they wager one and you see to take away one from them.
Which Ankmut sister is in which campaign?
You're asking me?
No.
Oh, I get it because I always pronounce it
No,
wrong.
I
or
need
say-
these so I can re-roll hit dice on my levels up because they've been garbage. Can't afford to lose these.
What I can do. That's a good question. If you want to quiz somebody else, you can and pass one out. If I think it's a really good one, I might throw in a bonus one to the winner.
I'd just be curious if anybody knows what's Oscar's last name.
Good Meadow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody knows that. You
Yeah.
said, you said it
What's-
last session.
What's Bass' last name?
Poursuivant.
Ah, okay, someone knows.
Poursuivons.
Poursuivant.
Poursuivons.
Poursuivant.
Poursuivons.
What's
Emma.
Maeve's last
Poursuivant.
name?
Oh, yes.
I'm obviously the
Like,
only
that
person that can
hasn't
French
come up.
here.
Yeah, Lynn and Maeve, like, that is, like, easy mode.
Oh, I've got one for you guys. Are you
Okay.
It's a
ready?
Leo, though.
How do you pronounce the elven capital properly?
Sarnlu.
Solo.
Sonlu.
Sunlu.
Hold on, one at a time.
Sonlu.
Sunlo.
Sarnla.
Sarnla.
You guys three, you got it. All right, decide who wants it. It's starting le. Because not low.
I've got
No,
two. I'm
do
good
not
for
say
now,
that.
but
Yeah.
it's Lou. Like, if
You
you guys
might-
don't want it,
you
I'll
might
take
No,
it.
it's
for what's
le.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might.
Yeah,
know.
it's more of a. It's not ooh. It's
Son,
yeah, it's weird because it's got ux. It's weird. Okay.
Who was the Triton that taught me my rules for
Oh
adventuring?
fuck! That's your challenge to me. All right, you 60 seconds on the clock, right? Or 30 seconds on the clock.
You need it to wager.
30 seconds on the clock, right?
Do 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 do.
No search.
do, do,
Control F.
Do 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 do.
Oh.
do, 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 do,
Is that-
do, do.
Oh, look at
Is
that.
the Jeopardy theme copyrighted?
That's a good question. Don't
Less
don't
than 30 seconds.
don't at me, Jeopardy. Wait, you get to look at your notes. This is an open note quiz.
Yes, I told you that as well.
Ah, that's not fair. I
I've
don't
got
take
one
notes.
too, though.
You know that.
But with an open notes, you should be able to get it.
Okay, I have an answer for you. It's no, not it was male, correct?
Yep.
It's because I have the two of the male and the female here.
I've
Trement?
said it in this campaign.
Is it Trement?
Nope.
No, that's the young
Close.
Triton. Damn, I don't have it write it down then.
The descendant of Geneviève Ariascala.
Oh right.
He did say.
God damn.
His name
you
is
did say it.
Tumon.
Tumon.
'Cause you got
Tumon. Viev
Oh, yeah.
Area Scala.
that. Tumen Goopson.
Longest journeys bastards of the Concord.
Tumor Goopson, I love it.
Island.
Oh, all right.
Well, I believe that gets you another.
I love that little
inspiration.
guy.
And,
I love that little guy.
turn
Yeah,
him
no,
more
no,
than
no,
that being
None of us
taken
met that little
away.
guy.
Yeah, I have to put that in here now.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's right. We did the inbox.
This was
After
before you left
CC.
home, right?
He rescued me from the first true danger that I was in
Right.
and taught me how to survive.
His travel Yeah, this was before you actually met the Triton
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Please.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. So I want to put his name in there real quick.
Toumon.
Toumon. This is good for archiving.
Triton with a elven name.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
No, not that. You'll see later.
What?
Okay.
It went
You were
down,
looking
went back up, 'cause
accusingly
it
at
does
me.
that apparently. That's okay. Toumon. Genevieve.
Genevieve Ariascala was his ancestor.
Yeah, so it's right, and he's not Arya
He
Scala.
never actually gave me his last name.
Right. Well, because he's no longer of Arya Scala means of
Of
Yaskala,
Yaskala,
so he's
yeah.
not of Yaskala anymore.
Right.
So,
But
he's just the descendant of Genevieve. Awesome. I remember that now. That was good. That's what a good little tidbit I put on there. Oh my goodness. Good job. So proud of past me. Cool. All right. Great. You get one then. Did you guys decide among the three of you who got it?
They said I might need them today.
Okay, so you have two. Does anybody have any other challenges?
Yes.
Yep.
What is the elf that I shared bread with named?
Are you talking about the one that you also went to Sarnlo with, that you traveled with, that you were kind of like flirty with?
Well, they were flirty to me.
Yeah,
but
yeah. But is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
so I know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
60 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, you can time me if you want.
Well, I shall.
Oh, poop. You're not in my... Oh, poop. Your backstory is
Can't
not in
control
my...
laughter.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here it is.
Okay, good. Good.
I found it.
Load from her.
Load!
from his
What's
perspective.
happening? Everything shut down.
Oh, look at that. Technical
No!
difficulties becoming in clutch.
Everything shut down now.
No, it's over on.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
It's over on your screen? What the
No,
hell?
to your left. Look left.
No, that's not the right one.
No.
Is there one over there?
Nope.
No, there's nothing over here. No, and if there was, I'd be lying in a sec.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Adam is sabotaging us.
15 seconds. You have to guess here if you don't
Technical
get it shortly.
difficulties.
It's causing my word to crash. Every time I open it, it's causing my word to
5
crash.
seconds, guess.
Tremont.
No, I'll give you a bonus.
Okay.
Spanish word for snowing.
For snowing?
Snowing or snow? I think it's snow. Yeah.
And
Spanish
take
word for snow.
Spanish.
A slight derivation thereof.
As long as it's not Falant.
Of House Falant. Damn.
I don't know.
Nope. I didn't take Spanish.
Navies.
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 All right, navies.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Navies.
Navies.
Nieves.
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 Nieves. Not
Yeah.
Nieves.
So I knew he had like French, so I wasn't sure what to do. Well, I didn't know he had French at the time, so I just wanted to make it a little bit bastardized so that it would die.
Okay.
But yeah. It is.
Yep.
Coworker named that. My inspiration.
Well,
I
let's
get
hope
another
my-
word inspiration. Look at me. I'm swimming in them now.
So apparently your backstory is lost to all time because it causes a critical error on my computer whenever I,
I
try to
love
open
that.
it. So
Today was
Well
shrouded in
corrupted.
mystery.
you've been corrupted. Your history has been corrupted.
So can I?
lost to time.
Can I? What was the last name of the elf that I helped? Not Navies, but
You're just asking me a question, not challenge.
yeah, because it was a specific.
The elf
family,
that
but
you
it's
helped,
not-
the one that you were like,
Yeah, it wasn't Arenbach. It wasn't Oriolor. It was one of the
No.
other two.
it was Trellius.
Trellius, thank you. I'm gonna write that down.
Yes.
Also, if that file's not
That-
opening,
and the remember his place was kind of defunct and dirty and like very Grey Gardens style.
Yes,
because
which makes sense now that I've got a little bit more context.
yeah. Okay,
also if you send that file to one of us, I can see if there's any way to.
sure. It
Yeah.
might be a
Level of
OneDrive. I think
magic.
that might be the issue. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
send it to you. Okay, great. Sorry, guys.
Later.
Anybody else? Are we good? Okay, cool.
Tech
So
support
that's
brain.
Leaf, Adam 2 and Alex got 1. Nice job, guys. All right, let's get into it then. So, are you guys ready to play?
Let's roll some dice.
Yeah.
I've actually got
yeah.
a thing I need to go to, so.
Okay.
I'm his ride, so I gotta take him. Sorry.
I'm third wheeling.
And I must go. My planet needs me.
Can you
Just a
spin your mic?
mutiny at the table.
No. You loosen the.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
this.
but you just loosen the thing so you can spin it. The
I
rod.
don't.
Loosen the rod. The rod.
I don't understand.
That one. Yep.
That
That
knob.
one. And that way you can spin it.
She's
There
not
you
very good
go.
with knobs.
And then spin it so that it's under up.
Like
There you go.
this.
Yeah, that way it's not blocking your face so much. Okay.
Oh,
we're good.
okay.
Sorry. Oh. Yeah. Okay, guys. All right, let's play. We're gonna do a little recap to remind you where you guys were. We started off with you guys leaving. I pronounced it wrong last time. Orrery, not orrery. Of what the
Orrery?
shattered orrery, like the
Yeah.
representations of a solar system, that type of thing.
Yes.
That is what that facility that General Greaves was inside. On the outside, they have this like strange gyroscope orrery thing looking like, but it's very damaged and off kilter and bent and weird and shattered. Probably from the damage of things that you guys have recently witnessed and
Micrometers,
felt
storms, and-
of. Yes, while you were checking out the ancient elven architecture of the statue with the wings that you have learned are the sorori here. They used to be in charge here, from what you have heard and learned, until the elves, like the Ehrenbachs, came and said, "But we're here now." And you were looking for a cocoon. You found somebody, an Ibkest, who was praying, meditating at a totem. Massive siren happened. You guys were pelted with micrometeors. Tintinabulation did their best to protect you. You saved a couple innocent lives. This massive meteor that made the sky glow a bright orange came through, and it looked like there was stone and metal melted from the heat of entering the atmosphere, wrapped around what looked like something cracking out of it of some odd, you don't know what material, but it looked constructed. And it had this blue glowing script upon it that you felt like was familiar, but you couldn't place it.
Seemed very non-Euclidean.
Very non-Euclidean, yes. After going down into the underground, trying to get safety from this, the meteor did eventually hit and glance, caused the city to tilt. A bunch of people were hurt, but Oscar was able to mend and help quite a few people before the half-elf that you rescued ran away. You went after it, asked them a bunch of questions, learned that the Ehrenbachs have... The half-elves that the Ehrenbachs have welcomed into the fold have been gone and disappearing.
Welcomed.
And their friend, Caradin, a full-blooded elf, has also been welcomed into the fold, but they haven't heard from them or seen them since. You let him go, you almost steal his booze. Tintin gets you have a conversation with an old smelly Tubin. Tintin gets a communique from Immigrant Services of saying, "Hey, we know you have people. When are you going to report in?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I have elves that are meant for the Ehrenbach." And they're like, "Oh, you do?" Go like, "Yeah, but we're doing other stuff." Because like, we're just going to send a Harrier to you. And then Tintin disconnects, wipes the memory, runs away, says, "Here's a map. Go away. Go in the underground. Do whatever it is you need to do. Get out of here."
Fly,
You see the Harrier, which is a sorority, a heavily armored sorority in beautiful regalia. Not fitting of this post-apocalyptic setting. You flee, you dive into a river, Len rips the bars off of a pipe, you dive in and end up in a dank, dark chamber below with a torch that is already lit here. It was lit before you guys got here. And that's where you are. But before we go with that, Bast, you are currently in quarantine behind some sort of magical force field in a chamber that appears to be made of metal that does have a bunch of water in it.
Neutrally buoyant.
Neutrally buoyant.
Floating lotus position, trying to trance.
Very shape of water.
While my blorb eats through the floor.
Yes, your little gelatinous which that sound is far more noticeable and amplified because you're underwater and sound travels a lot
Isn't
farther
compressed,
underwater.
yeah.
Isn't compressed. So you put it onto one of the surfaces to try to get it to dissolve, and it's working. Do you want it to continue to do that to try to make a tunnel out of here?
Yeah.
Okay. You are also well aware that if it does breach another chamber, this thing is going to drain pretty quickly, and it's also a lot of force. Granted, you're a good swimmer, but who knows what's going to happen. Anything else you'd like to do?
I was trying to get my full trance in, unless this thing breaches before that.
Noted. You need 4 hours,
Yeah.
though, correct?
Yep.
I would say I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here.
Because I didn't get to get into one of the pods, so I'm
Correct. I'm going to say that it's probably been 2 hours since your companions left.
still a short rest.
Yeah.
And I'm a warlock.
An elf that's a warlock is very dangerous. Okay, cool. I would say by looking at how fast your jelly buddy
Yeah.
is dissolving this surface, it's making progress a pretty good rate. You don't know how thick these walls are, but it's probably every 10 minutes moving about a foot. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Do you want to still continue doing your meditation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just so you know, that means you could be caught off guard should things happen. Is that
Sure.
okay with you?
Yep.
Okay, cool. If nothing else, then we're just going to say that that's what's happening, and we'll get back to you when we get back to you. You guys are in this dank, dark chamber.
We have dank dark chambers.
It
I don't.
It has that dripping kind of cave moisture and condensation, but there is a lit torch on the wall attached to a sconce.
I'll go pick it up, shine it around the room, look around where we are.
Cool. You look like you're in a kind of... You know the parts where sometimes an old pipeline will start decaying and it kind of opens up on the side to expose the interior in some sort of a cave system or something like that? The pipe looks that you moved down has a spillway into a puddle, like a cenote inside of this cave. And you came ashore onto this where this torch is lit. It is not a vaulted chamber. It's only about maybe 8 feet tall. And it's maybe 20 feet in radius. It does look like a natural cave formation. However, it looks like a cave. Actually, roll a nature check for me as you're looking at this.
Oops. 11.
11. There's something odd, really odd, about the stalactites and the stalagmites here. Like, they seem off. There's something really, really odd about them. It feels like it's hard to get your bearings almost. You feel disoriented.
Do they completely cover the ceiling of this cave?
Like the stalactites?
Yeah.
They spot it.
Right.
Nothing, not like completely, nothing completely covered. No.
I'm gonna feel around, find like a little pebble if I can, and like toss it out one way.
Sure, you... kind of echoes through the chamber. You do notice that there is an echo coming further, so there's probably an exit here somewhere.
Oh.
Another exit to another chamber. But just if you've ever dived into snow and kind of lost which way is up, or dived into water, or gone underground in some sort of cave system, and especially if you were scuba diving or something like that, sometimes you lose which way is up. There's that trick of release a bubble or spit, and then you'll know which way is up. But you can get disoriented like that. You're standing on ground, but you feel like that disoriented, like you're not sure which way is up. I don't think it's making you dizzy. Like, it's just, it feels off.
Right.
Like an MC Escher painting?
Not quite so much like that. More of just something in the back of your head that just something doesn't seem right here. Like, what is it? I don't understand. I just feel disoriented. Like, there's something. I don't want to say like there's something here that's not supposed to be here, but there's just something not right about the setting of where I'm standing. It's not meeting my expectations of what just should be.
It's damp and unpleasant.
It is, and moist.
And moist.
I think it's quite cozy.
Oh, speaking of which, moist.
You would.
Let's put
What's that
some
mean?
cave music in here.
Have you not looked in the mirror lately?
Actually, I haven't.
Oh.
Wait, can you look in my eyes?
Can I actually?
That's
I
that's a
don't
good
remember
question.
if I can.
Just like out of habit, you haven't.
I'll put a pin in that. I'll put a note there
Okay,
for
I'm
note
very
time.
curious.
I love the idea that ever since being turned, you never thought to look at a mirror.
There's more important things at hand,
My
I'm
vanity's
surviving.
gone.
like getting a drink. Or
It's like the exact opposite of Maeve.
It's okay. I've got enough vanity for the both of us.
That's true.
That is
Have
true.
you seen the movie Mulholland Drive?
The what,
The
Jive?
movie Mulholland Drive.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, there's like a scene in the movie with like a scary hobo, and I was gonna say that's what Len looked like for like years.
Okay.
What was it doing again?
That's a callback, my friend.
It's an older one.
It's a 20-year-old movie.
I love the movie.
So anyway, you're in this chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It feels a little off.
well,
You guys are all still wet and sopping from.
Oh yeah, I want to look around for any more signs of like people being here or having done stuff. Maybe
Like other than the sconce, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Why don't
also,
you go ahead?
also an entrance if it
Sure.
leads somewhere else.
If you're looking for like tracks and stuff like that and traces of life, go ahead and roll a survival check for me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What's your favorite terrain again?
can I help?
I have a few.
It's like the woods and the mountains.
forest and grasslands.
Forest and grassland, so not
Yeah.
underground.
I would like to help.
You can help him. You can give him advantage if you like. Are you
Absolutely.
trained in survival?
Probably. No.
Okay,
actually,
so
no.
I mean, this is a little bit more of a specialized skill.
Yeah.
So, I would just let him just roll one then. Yeah.
Oh, so it's a 13.
13. You do notice that there is a lack of growth of stalagmites in a certain direction. That's almost kind of a disconnected path that looks like something that could have been tread. I don't want to say frequently, but more than once.
Like the cave version of a game trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It does lead to another one of those openings that could possibly lead deeper into whatever. One of the things you're noticing as you do get closer to that while you're looking for tracks is that there are some parts of the natural cave system that when it like curves to meet the arch of the ceiling into the side of the wall, sometimes it intercepts with some work stone that has more of a jagged, like a jarring actual angle to it. As if the cave kind of formed around stone that was here before, work stone that was here before, and then stalactites and other type of thing formed around it. Kind of like how moss and grasses and vines reclaim a city. It's like a cave reclaiming a, like, which means this must be super, super old.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, it is the future.
All right. Then shall we descend further down?
well done. I've seen you like poking around. What have you found?
Not much. Place is probably very old. I have kind of a odd feeling standing around here.
How so?
You know how I can, walk up and down sides of buildings and things like that? It almost feels
Yeah.
like I'm doing that, but I'm not doing that.
That is very strange.
Did you see a way out?
I saw way deeper.
Deeper. Didn't we come from deeper?
You know what? Do you still have that map?
Do I?
The map that Tintin gave us.
Wait, that's a map.
Let's see.
It's
Do you
technology.
still have that map?
I don't remember having that. Hang on.
Tintinabulation gave you like popped off a little disc,
Right.
metal disc from his arm that is a hollow map of the city of Loft. That's how you found this spot. They pointed and they
Okay.
dropped a pin at this location, which is how you found it.
Yeah, I'll get that out then and try to show it to everyone.
Oh,
Yes.
Sure. You open up and it goes like a video game 3-dimensional map as you see the whole thing turn, and then zoom in as you see yourselves blinking at a location that is below the surface.
I don't like that.
Is there any? Can you make any sense? of
Not
this?
like yourselves, just a little dot.
No, I know.
Okay.
Is there any like markings for these tunnels? I mean, someone's been here before, obviously.
I mean, there's no other way but to find out. We can't go back up.
Well, I follow you.
All right. And I'll start walking then.
Okay. Are you guys okay on health? What happened to the thing? Are you guys still damaged from the event?
Yes.
I'm pretty chunked. Do you guys? Let's sit down and rest for a little bit. Actually, I just realized.
Say I'm pretty chunked.
I take a step and I realize I'm my knee really.
Yeah,
hurts
you're
and-
like you get this shooting pain in your side as your love handle's just completely missing.
I hate when that happens. But yeah, I guess we could sit down and short rest for a bit first. Get our
Is that what you guys want to
brains-
do? You want to rest you?
How does this map work? Is it some kind of like? Is it a spirit? Is it a
It's-
ghost?
It's some kind of magic.
I'm surprised it even worked because she said there was nothing in it.
Yeah.
I'll just chalk it up to magic.
I'm just gonna.
What kind of magic?
Stop.
I mean, I can do minor illusionary, but like
Said there was nothing in it.
Mm-hmm.
illusionary?
She said it was
Probably know
hollow.
some kind of powerful divinations and things of that sort.
HOLO versus
I'm wondering who
my
cast it.
God, Alex!
Osfer does not
You
know what
fucking
that
got
word
me,
is.
You,
What happened?
you shit.
Oh,
It was
that's a good one
Wordplay.
actually.
Osfer
Oh.
does not know what hollow means.
Yeah,
none
nor
of
does
you would
me.
really know
so
what hollow.
He said it was a hollow map, so I was like, there's
Hollow
nothing in there.
graphic
Okay.
is
yeah,
Hollow.
hollow like a spirit.
No, hollow as in like
empty.
Yeah, like
inside.
empty. Yeah,
Or like
I
a
mean,
spirit,
this seems
or-
pretty empty to me. Sticks my hand right through it.
Or blessed.
Hey, you got a point.
Oh, that feels tingly. I don't.
You're not there. You can't see
I don't
that.
like this either.
Yeah.
Antonyms.
This is all just happening in Bass.
Oh, does it also make like a bleep, 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 like noise?
Do you put
Or
it up
just-
against your? Do you try to hear it?
Honestly, yes. I'm gonna hold it up to my ear.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Oh my god. 10.
10. You hear some like whirring and like a small hum, like you would if you were many, many, many walls away from the hum of like a ship.
Huh. I don't like this. Here, take it back.
I don't either.
It's humming at me.
Why did you hang on to it, Leaf?
Here.
To Leo.
I said, I was watching last session. I said read like 6 times.
Oh, yes, you did.
I'm not the only one. Haha.
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
You like to collect artifacts and things like that, don't you?
Oh, I mean, this works wonderfully for my type of stories.
It's yours.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lem.
We should get the same
Your
deal.
mic fell down.
It keeps doing that. I don't
We
know.
should get the
Type
same
it?
deal that Noel gets when he calls the sister by the wrong name. If he calls you by your real name, you get a free inspiration.
No.
You got to put a tip in the swear jar.
5 million in swear. You would never fail a roll.
Oh my god, yes.
I need to put it
I
in.
am
Maeve
a
the
weakling, and this is going to
Indestructible.
fall again.
Maeve the
Perfect.
unnaturally lucky.
Should be good.
Maeve,
mean-
the
Don't
Maybe
do that.
unnaturally
Don't do
skilled.
that, yeah.
Perfection is definitely the name of the game.
It's gonna over torque it a little bit. Don't worry too much about it.
Maeve's a perfectionist, not in that she's a perfectionist, but she's just literally never failed at
So,
anything.
I'll
Yeah, she's never been challenged enough to fail.
I'll take a look at the map and see if I can't figure out like. Is there like a way that we're supposed to go from this?
I mean, I heard something when I put it up to my ear. Maybe it'll tell you?
Map.
If you speak the right language.
reveal your secrets.
You tap it.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
You tap it, and pew pew pew. There feels like something registered as the orientation of it entirely changes, zooms out, You see the city of Loft far above, and then you see much further down ground and a bunch of scattered debris, and then it begins to shift again, and from a bird's eye, like kind of orbital perspective, as it zooms out again, and you see just a small ball.
You know, this is a great tool for later. I'm gonna just not touch it, but put my hand over it.
You put your hand over it, and like trying to put your hand over a light bulb, there's some parts of the hologram that come out.
I'm just gonna shine like a little, see if I can do like a little peephole.
Did you break our map?
Like there's a continent in your eye.
Hot potato.
We're like a bunch of old people that someone just gave like an iPhone or something.
It's like someone gave you a Google Dot or
Wait.
something like that.
Okay. He touched it, and it like the picture got really, really like small. So what if you touch it and make it big? Ooh, what if you make it really big and zoom in on like a bakery? Maybe we can get some food.
We get arrested if we go back up there.
No, we don't have to though, because like if that's showing where we are, if we zoom in on
Are you guys doing this while you're resting?
Are
Is that
there
what's
any?
happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just start there.
Are there any?
You're doing this on the
Siri,
rest?
where's the nearest
Are there any like
bakery?
markings on it, or you know?
There are quite a few markings on here. They're in a disc fashion, and they're near the perimeter. They look like, well, you're not familiar with buttons. They just
Yeah.
look like glyphs.
Yeah, I'm trying not to metagame that too hard.
They look to just script that's carved around the interior, but they look that they have a part that is engraved around them as if they're not all one piece.
Are they? What language is it?
Roll a straight intelligence check.
Oh, that's
Oh, actually, oh shit. Roll a history check at advantage because of stuff.
because of stuff.
I love when stuff.
That's
things.
cocked.
Well, sometimes when things.
Okay, well that's a 1, so that's still not as good as the other one. History is negative something. That's a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
Okay. None of these particular glyphs or letters or whatever they happen to may be of this script look like something you understand or know. However, the style is on the tip of your tongue. Like, it's very familiar.
Mhm.
You're not quite sure why. And then it kind of occurs to you that looks a lot like the script that's on the back of the medallion that the Grand Master wears in the Watanate Temple. But it's not the same. There's just one glyph on the back of it that's engraved into it. Almost, he never takes that off, by the way.
Well,
Look at Adam trying to put puzzle pieces together.
while we're resting, Lynn, the ground is very wet. Can I lay on you?
Why don't you
So you'll be wet. Oh my
don't you
god.
carry around a ton of cloths and things with you? You could just lay down on the water.
Yes, I don't want to get them wet though.
Isn't one of them made of metal?
It has metal woven into it, yes, but it is not entirely made of metal. I just want somewhere to lay my head that isn't rocks.
You might have to deal with it for now, because I do not feel like being squished.
Pretty sure I have a bedroll in here.
I was only asking if you would be a pillow.
I'll just toss you my bedroll.
There's a difference.
I like to think of myself as a little bit more than that.
Self-advocating Len is sending me right now.
Fine, I will just endure this unpleasantness.
I think you'll survive.
How many different glyphs are there?
I'm sorry, one at a time? Were you doing something or are you just making a comment? I'm sorry.
How many different glyphs are there?
They
I
look to
wanna,
be
like, really
about
take a look at this. Stuff.
I would say, due to the nature of the glyphs, some of them are hard to tell whether they actually lied into some others, because some actually don't have borders around just that one glyph. Some are a pair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how many have borders around?
I would say somewhere between 10 and 12, because you're not sure if it's 10 and you're not sure if it's 12, because there's like two that are kind of paired together, two pairs that are kind of paired together.
Okay.
And they seem to be exactly opposite from each other. If it was a compass, they're only the north and the south side.
Okay. I'm gonna fiddle around with this thing for a little while and see if I can figure out how to make it work. Do I need to tell you exactly what I'm pressing?
Not so pedantic as that, as much as if you want to start tinkering with this thing during your short rest, you can. I'm tempted to make you roll a tinkering check with just like absolutely nothing, just a straight roll. But I would say you are literally working with something you have no idea how it works, and you're just jamming a bunch of things and moving stuff around.
Yep.
So this is just a straight luck check. There's no way that there would be any reason for you to apply any skills to this. So yeah, go ahead and do that.
That's a 6.
At the 6?
That's a 6.
You break it.
There is a moment where you realize that some of these glyphs actually can be pressed, and they make the sound that it made when Leaf was pressing buttons on it. Fuck.
Inspiration.
I'm resigned to this fact. Why are you dancing?
I'm trying to dance away your mistakes.
Mistakes? I don't make mistakes.
No.
Make
none of
happy
us-
little accidents.
Exactly.
The bathroom is right there.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Me Bob Rossing myself through this campaign. So you press a couple of these. You realize that they do have some tactile feedback. Press a couple of these. The light that is coming out, you're realizing, is creating some sort of hologram. You're not sure why. You don't understand why this light is here. It does change every time you press something. There is a moment where the color changes to a deep crimson, and the light is also a deep crimson, and the interior, whatever is inside of it, also seems to light up where any of the creases where a light would escape if a bright light shined in the middle of it does seem to come out. And it starts to make a deep, 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 deep sound. The hologram, from what you can see, is what looks like General Grievous' face wagging a finger. Didn't say the magic word.
Does anyone else hear a bird?
Birds aren't real.
It's chirping.
Arcane constructs. We have evidence right here that it's an arcane construct.
What have you found out? You playing with it over there?
So there's this writing on it.
Beep.
Oh.
I don't know what the writing is.
Oh, I can tell you.
Okay. But if you press the parts that are circle, it does things. I don't quite know what, but
Okay, so here's. Let's set it down here because I don't
it started
like it
beeping.
beeping.
And I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you what it says and you can press the buttons.
It's peeping. We need to let the bird out.
Whatever the glyphs. You can press the glyphs.
It's stuck.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
When
if
we're
it doesn't stop
done
beeping.
when we're done our short rest, I'm going to do a thing.
You're going to do a thing?
I'm going to
Other
ritual-
than
Example
the Song of Rest that takes the whole rest?
And we're gonna use
afterwards.
But I don't know
Okay,
what that is.
this thing is
so-
beeping about 20 minutes into the rest. You're still playing your Song of Rest. There's nothing you can do. Unless you want to stop your Song of Rest.
Well, no, because I'll stop if I do. So I'm going to ritual cast comprehend languages,
Yeah, you'll absolutely have to stop your Song of Rest.
and I'll have to stop my short rest. There's no way
Yes,
I-
you will.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm just going to wait.
So we're going to resolve this before we let you guys roll hit dice because there's a bunch of stuff that's happening. So go ahead. You casting comprehend languages.
I'm going to cast comprehend languages.
Okay, ritually another 10 minutes, so you're about halfway through your rest at 30 minutes. Beep, 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 beep. During those 10 minutes,
I'm like,
super, super gradually, the beep has increased in rate. You cast comprehend languages after the 10 minutes.
okay. So here's what it
Len said
says.
he was going insane from the beeping. trying to rest, wide eyes with like the red veins starting to show as the thing is beep, 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 continuing. You finish casting the spell, are able to read the glyphs. There is like zoom out, zoom in, longitude, latitude, pan,
Picture in picture.
rotate. There are some sort of like 3-dimensional instructions, as in like X, Y, Z axis movements.
Oh, this is still very arcane to me.
There is a initiate and shut down. Would appear to be 2 glyphs that are paired together. That are like one button.
Okay, so I pass all this information over to Oz for this. I'm not sure what these words mean, but this is what the glyphs say. Maybe we should try one of the shutdown ones.
Correct. Yes. Comprehend languages doesn't tell you anything about it; just lets you understand it.
Yes.
So you don't know what this is, or
Yeah,
exactly.
Be like if you don't know what a book is, and it's like it says book. Like what's that? I don't know.
yeah.
That's what it says.
or you put the language through Babel
Yeah.
or some shit, some sort of translator. That's you get.
But
What
I
it
don't
says, but that's
understand Chinese metaphors. In other words.
it. yeah, yeah.
So wait, you said it says zoom, like fast,
Like work meeting.
like
This is a time for you to learn.
Do I
Yes.
know
For him to
that I
touch.
pressed
well, I'm not gonna touch
one of
it
those
again.
2 buttons when it started beeping?
You were just smashing a bunch of buttons. Go ahead and roll another intelligence check to see if you remember which buttons you pressed.
That's much better. That's a 17. Oh, you said
17.
intelligence?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah. I would say, yeah. You did press that button at one time. You also pressed a bunch of other buttons.
Okay, I'm gonna press that button again.
The on-off button.
Yeah.
Okay. You press the on-off button. The beeping gets faster. Beep beep
Ah,
beep
fuck.
beep 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 beep
I
beep.
pressed
beep,
the other
beep.
one that was next to it.
On the opposite side, the
Yeah,
other
you
double
said
button.
that was paired.
They're one button.
Yeah.
They're a pair of glyphs that is one
Mhm.
button, like on off, like that type.
Oh, so it's more like a switch.
Yeah, except it doesn't go up and down. It just is a button that turns something off and turns like a computer, like a power
Okay.
button. On the other side, there's a different pair button.
Okay.
That one, we did zoom, longitude, latitude, X, Y, Z axis,
Rotate.
in, out. I'm sorry.
You had rotate in there as well.
It was like initialize
Like yeah, it's
and
kind
shut
of part
down.
of the X, Y, Z. Well, that's
Yeah.
like a 3-dimensional thing. The other button has. It just has. I'm trying to figure out as to how comprehend languages would understand this because it's not a term that you're familiar with. It seems like a proper noun. And it says something along the lines as you're doing your best to sort of sound it out with comprehend languages. It looks like somebody's name. And as you sound it out, it says maybe like some sort of hard T sound, some sh sound, some I sounds in there.
Tish. Tishus.
It's like an R near the beginning too. It's like difficult.
Trishish.
Close. Yeah. Something like that.
Tish.
Yep. That's sad.
Tirish. I don't know what this one is.
It's just somebody's name. It's like looking at somebody's name that's spelt and you don't speak the language, so you don't know how to pronounce it properly. That type of thing.
Yeah. Did you hit this one?
No, we can try that one. I press it.
You press that button.
Yeah.
The hologram immediately stops going red. Stops beeping, turns blue, slowly zooms in back on Loft, and what you can tell seems to zoom in on the orrery and show a hollow one that is very slowly.
Okay.
Okay.
So this button
Orrery, sorry.
means
Shattered.
us. This button is the map. Maybe it's like reset.
These buttons are going to look very different to me in like a little while, so you are the one that's going to remember this.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
I still don't know what I pressed to make that sound, but I don't think anything good can come of it because I get the feeling that my mom found me stealing milk and she's kind of counting down. Oscar, get out here right now. 5, 4, 3. So I
Oscar,
No-
turn that beeping off right
nothing.
now.
Yeah,
5,
it's off. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Len.
I'm still hearing it.
Oh, still hearing like residual like beeping. Oh.
Well, that happened to a monk that we knew. He was really keen on explosives. But have you been blowing things up? I mean, he said he constantly had like a beeping or ringing in his. He always heard it. You might want to.
You implying that I'm unwell?
Yeah,
You're saying you're hearing things that no one else is hearing right now, so.
I might be unwell. I might be right.
You know what? I have a great solution to your problem, and I just start playing again. Song of Rest.
That would have been super mean if you had been like,
Halfway
the
through the
background.
rest, you start playing song.
God.
Mechanically, I can't in good conscience let them get another die because this is unless they want to spend an hour and a half resting rather than just an hour.
oh, I don't even need to rest. I'm like 3 hit points down. I'm just here for the fun of it.
Yeah, you've been messing with stuff. It's fine. How long are you staying here? You can do all this. I just want to know how long you intend to stay here.
Probably just long enough for our rest.
Okay.
And then we'll,
If you want the Song of Rest, you'll have to stay here for an hour and a half.
that's fine. That's fine.
Just
the
the hour
Song of
then?
Rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep
He
playing
gave you an extra hit die.
with the
Oh, I don't need an extra.
an extra,
give
not
you an
a-
extra
not a
D-
hit D6 right
D6.
now.
If you want it.
Yes.
No, we
But
don't,
that would mean you have to stay here for an hour and a half.
we don't want to.
I'm good with that.
I mean, we're just hot off the heels of a pursuit. Maybe we don't spend too much time here.
That's what I'm thinking also.
Well, okay, so I just keep me safe because I am hurting. I'm hurting pretty bad. Thank you. And there too, we have the map man, and the. As far as I know, you're the tracker, the leader for where we go. What's the goods, you two?
You wanted to know a little bit more about the space. It is this unnerving cave that appears to have some parts of workstone that kind of like the tumors of the cave itself, of like the naturally forming bit, are like growing on top of it.
Perfect.
There is a natural exit of what looks like some other natural formed arc, but it does look as if the calcium deposits of that make stalactites or whatever minerals make that have formed over of some sort of arching doorway that was previously man or worked, humanoid made perhaps. That doesn't seem to descend more, but it does seem to go forward and around. You have dark vision, correct?
I should.
You
yeah.
do, yeah, you have to. You can see it goes forward for a while before it turns around and
Bad idea.
bends. As the
Yeah,
farther
dark
you
vision
go
from the dark
down,
vision.
you start to see
I'll just
like
stumble around in the
parts
dark.
of, I don't want to say a sewer system, but some underground of a facility that has steam pipes and other types of things. It has some sort of industrial organization of pipe that are all bent and turning the same way, as if you were, Adam's familiar with this, as if you were organizing wires in like a server room, that type of thing. It's all organized and going in a certain way, but it's old. It's pretty old, but it definitely looks like there was planning thought out when something was made. It's very organized. I will say that sometimes it pops out of the calcite swelling, almost like tumors, just because they grow like that. And then it pops out later. It's sometimes covered. It's very strange. It looks like new tech that seems to be way too old.
When you say
Also seems like it's
old,
working though, because it feels, you sense heat coming off of it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
When you say old, that term is relative because we have
Yep.
people that are almost a millennia.
Yes. Old
the
enough
table.
where naturally forming cave formations are forming over metal pipes.
Stone has grown over
Yeah.
the pipe.
Yeah.
So however long a
Adding on
stalactite
for the
takes.
Yeah, like the dripping of the condensation as to drip for was it like something like thousands to millions of years, something like that? It's insane. It also depends on magic and a ton of other situational things. So
Yeah, and for the record, I think Maeve is like 250 to 300 years old.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was thinking someone here was like pushing 1,000.
Nope. Bass is only 100.
Don't know
way-
how old Len is.
That's a secret.
The
Yeah.
from my understanding, and you can say if this is different for your character because I don't want to take away your agency, but the time, the longevity of a full-blooded elf is entirely up for debate. There are elves that have lived for a couple hundred years. There are elves that have lived for thousands. It's kind of all over the place. It depends entirely on who you are, what you do during your lifetime, and a bunch of other things. So.
Yeah, and birthdays aren't something that. I mean, after a few hundred, they kind of wear together.
It's just another excuse to drink and have revelry. So, like, your birthday's in your 30s and 40s.
You're not really vampiric anymore, correct?
A little bit. Not mostly, but a little bit.
Got a little bit of everything in there.
Just a little bit.
Where are we going?
I don't know where we're going.
Hey, Talia,
I mean,
Yes.
let's follow that path.
do you think that Bast is okay? And for that matter, Pip?
I think Pip is crying, but otherwise fine, and Bast is well, I had a thought.
Yes.
So
Also crying.
Bast.
I don't know. I
was a
think
joke.
if
Oh.
there was any one of us here in the party to be resigned to his fate, I think Bast would handle that well.
Bast already has handled it well, and I'm actually quite missing him for it. But I think, well, the prognosis with the corruption wasn't good, but there's an undercity, there's an underworld, and we don't know if these people go through quarantine.
Yeah,
So,
be important to find out.
yeah, and probably not in a direct kind of way.
Well, speaking of this under place, are we good to start walking? Seems like there's a path ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find someplace drier.
Speaking of,
Can't you like clean your clothes with magic?
Yes, but only like a square foot at a time. It takes a while. I don't feel like it.
You can just fold.
Osfer is now just like taking mental measurements of Maeve's backside. Like, how big is that? The big damp spot on the back from sitting down on.
So
Interesting.
in terms of our clothes, you make nice looking clothes.
Thank you.
Can you make really shitty looking clothes so we blend in?
You're asking a lot.
Like, on purpose?
I mean, I don't care if it's on purpose or not, but we need to not look like this if we are going to be traveling around in the Undercity. We will be absolutely attacked all of the time. No one will do anything for us.
Do you have any idea what that would do to my reputation?
That's the correct answer.
You don't have a reputation.
Yes,
for now.
in fact, that's
Everyone's
why I'm
dead.
asking. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Please, Len, help me out here.
so you don't have a reputation for now. I think everyone's more or less dead. You're free from the burden of worrying about it.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm never free from that. Because there's always someone out there to make judgments on my work.
And we are going to judge your judgments right now on how well it helps us survive.
Okay, well, I'm not using my good cloth for this.
Please don't.
Yeah, it'd probably be counterintuitive.
Yes.
I
Do we have any?
pull out like a spare cloak and hand it to you.
You know, you don't just. I don't think you knit an entire outfit for several people just overnight.
Well, why don't we just?
I
You
just
you
use a
handed me a
sheet.
cloak. Why don't you just wear this cloak?
It looks too nice. I keep nice clothes.
My cloak looks too nice, Maeve. I need you to fuck it up.
I ball it up, cast prestidigitation on it to make it kind of grimy and moldy and gross, just wincing the entire time. It completely, like, it's antithetical to
Who you are as a person.
who I am. Causes me physical pain to do this.
Go ahead and take 1 point of psychic damage.
Actually, yes. Here, you go. Take it.
Oh, this is disgusting. Thank you. Put it on. Then how do I
It makes
smell?
the sound of like when you put it on.
Bad.
Oh, it's amazing. Perfect. Now I just need to smell like booze too, and I'm sure I'll blend right in.
Back at the quarantine cell.
I like to add that I just became very self-conscious because I just realized like that's what he's like all the time.
Wait, that's a bad smell? Oh.
Oh, wait.
I should have been taking baths more.
Oh. Wait, so at this point, like, are Talio and Maeve like the only two that are kind of like not absolutely disheveled?
No, I figured Oscar and Bass were
Yeah,
like, fine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Oscar's still wearing your like monk garb, right? Yeah.
Bast might occasionally have sort of like a mildewy smell to him, probably.
Yeah. that
Like an
makes sense.
algae kind of.
I feel like the amount of time you spend in water.
Right.
Except like oh, I'm just imagining that smell like the trunk of your car has after you go to the beach.
Right. Yes. He takes lots of baths, but they're not always the cleanest of baths.
He always has a brackish air to him.
Correct.
Okay, so
So sorry.
back at the quarantine cell, Jelly Buddy is making quite a good amount
So
of progress.
during the impact, has the impact happened yet?
The impact did happen. You
Did I?
were probably one of the very few that wasn't affected
Sort
as
of like-
much because you're suspended in
Right.
neutral buoyant liquid.
Okay.
So you already had your own
Shock
shock
absorber.
absorber, yeah. But you did notice, because you were a gyroscope during it, so you did notice that the whole building just kind of, as you stayed still,
Did
and you're
that
like,
cause chaos?
what was that?
Like Greaves running around.
You're not in a space where you can see Greaves in his workshop proper. You just kind of see a very Spartan dark metal or something antechamber
Okay.
that goes into a hallway that goes to another bulwark. That's what you see in front of you.
Okay.
You don't really see much of anything.
Wasn't this where the Valkyries suited up?
This is
like
where
their
they were
locker
taking
room?
stuff off. Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it's open. It's not. It doesn't have like a door. The only door was to where your friends went out because they went past you to go out. There is like just like a single bench. There are some cubbies on the
Okay.
wall, but it's hard to see because you have to go like this in order to see it.
Blorb's making progress.
Blorb is his name, right?
Ah.
Is what you named it, Blorb? Is
I named it
in
Tumon.
earnest? I just need to know.
You named it Tumon.
I named it to Mom.
You made it to Mom. That's right. Making quite a bit of progress. You're still trancing. I say you probably have hour and a half. You probably have anywhere between an hour and 30 minutes left in your trance in order to get one.
Okay.
You do notice while you are trancing, however, because you're still somewhat aware, that there is now a spot of the quarantine cell that does have that is vacant, like it has air in it, because some of the water has gone
Slowly
down
drip, yeah.
into new space. And if it wasn't for the force field that's keeping you out, there'd be a low pressure system. But there isn't because it's still a semi-permeable membrane and air can still pass through. There is a moment where Blorb comes back up and just sits on your shoulder or on your shoulder. It's like there's a pseudopod that comes up and just goes.
So it's
Just like in your sleep when you're like,
Yeah.
this is just TJ's excuse to make kissy faces at him.
It's making all these noises and like poking and prodding you. A lot.
okay, if it's persistent, I'll open my eyes.
There's a point which after it's done this, it just crawls up the back of your neck, sits on your head, and just begins to just fall over your head.
Yeah, I'll open my eyes and pay attention. What'd you want? Do I have any sort of telepathic?
You have telepathic connection with this thing, yeah. So it's basically saying,
Ready?
I got the different stuff. Do you want to wait?
Nope. Do it.
And then it starts to do its thing. And then there's a moment where you feel a bit tad of suction that rapidly gets a lot stronger as the begins to drain and there's a spiral.
Transform my tail. And I'll...
Okay, yeah,
Shoot
cool.
down.
It is only large enough for you to... It's super claustrophobic because it's quite of a long, winding between now smoothed metal stone, some sort of amalgam that is only big enough for your shoulders to fit through. So it's like going... I would be scared half to death. I would be...
It's like
I would
Ace
not
Ventura
be
and
able
the Rhino.
to do it. No, it's not that flexible. It is much more hard. So you are going through like hard, smooth metal that is only big enough for your body to go through. I would have a claustrophobic attack because you're not sure where you're going to be able to exit, and it's tight squeezing, like spelunking in very, very close quarters where only your body can fit through. You do this for a good... Ooh, sorry. You do this for a good like 50 feet before this thing, because it apparently was making better progress than you thought before it finally drops out into some sort of... Well, you're not sure because there's a bunch of water, and then you just feel all the water be gone, and you're stuck in this... You can't see around the bend. You can't see behind you. There's no light, and there's no water anymore, so there's no lubricant anymore, and you're just there. And there's this very tight, almost 90-degree bend that's rounded that's coming up, or that's no more than like 4 inches from your face, but you're stuck right there.
There weren't any other branches as I was coming
No,
down
it was
here?
just one
Straight.
kind of anthill hole.
Okay. I have dark vision.
You can.
can't see
You see
around
the
it?
wall in front of you.
Oh.
That has turned. That the turn that's in front of you is almost a 90-degree bend.
Sure. But if I was going head first, my head would be in the bend.
You're this way.
Oh, okay. Can I
It makes sense that you wouldn't be used to
See-
that because it doesn't really
can I
matter.
see through Tumal's senses?
Right, because it's packed to the chain, right?
Yes.
So you can, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you close your eyes and you go through Tumon, and Tumon is on the ground somewhere. What looks like some sort of metal gantry that you see in sometimes those factories or power plants where it's not solid. It has that spiky cross grid.
Braided kind of thing.
You know what I'm talking about. And it's just sitting on there, and then you realize that it's like it realized itself that it's kind of falling through the holes of it and also slightly dissolving it. So it's having to constantly move around so it doesn't fall through it as it's doing these predatory circles
Can I
beneath you. As
get
it
a
does look
sense-
up, because it doesn't have eyes, it does look up and it does see the hole in the ceiling of this worked stone metal and sees the back of your head, and it's just worried as it does these
Would
predator
that
circles
be
around.
enough for me to Misty Step?
Interesting. Yeah, sure, why not? That's
Because I
fun.
can see it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm okay with that because just your senses go into him,
Yeah.
not your body. Sure, that's fucking cool. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
So I Misty Step to the gantry way.
Yeah, you misty step to the gantry, you just plop onto the gantry. There's sharp bits, they don't feel great about you. You don't wear shirts, so it doesn't feel great on your back.
Or
But-
shoes, so...
Yeah, or shoes, so it doesn't feel great. You are able to stand up, and it's constantly moving so it doesn't fall through this grated
Climb
gantry.
up my leg, though.
Wait,
Anytime,
he's just been running around just pants this whole time.
anytime we've been
Yeah.
walking anywhere,
It's
we
like-
just hear the slap, slap,
Yeah,
slap.
You know the...
It's like Baywatch 24/7.
of like the flesh of
No.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
running at the pool.
like the shark skin suits that like professional swimmers wear?
Oh, yeah.
So I have like a shirt that's made of like skin tight shark skin. But other than that, it's just pants.
Um,
Okay.
Just imagining. David
Speaking of which-
Hasselhoff right now.
Len, can you please roll a perception check for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, guys. I'm seeing something
It's pants.
with my eyes.
maybe not.
No, you're hearing something.
Hang on, guys. I'm hearing something. with
Oh
my
wait,
ear.
what?
As soon as I say hearing,
Yes.
Alex gets all excited.
24.
Because I have the hearing.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you can. He was the one leading, but sure, go ahead.
That's very good. 21.
21, what'd you get?
24.
24.
Even with my werewolf ears.
You do hear like it's kind of the sound that you hear when something collides with a grid wire gate. You know what I'm talking about? The braided wire
Yeah.
gates. That kind of sound. It sounds like
Chain link fence?
Chain link fence. Thank you. Oh my god. It sounds like that, but a little more solid.
Do you hear
And
that, Oscar?
you hear
Yeah.
it echoing from down the tunnel.
Down it.
Ahead of us?
Mhm. And then you hear
What are you hearing?
Someone or
something's
something's
up
there.
ahead.
Do you think
I'm gonna
that-
look for a big rock.
Hey,
or
Duval
whatever.
Jr.
I'm gonna look for like a.
Good finding the way out. That was a little New Jersey for me. But,
jeez, apparently.
I'm gonna look for a big rock if I can for us to hide behind.
Do you want to snap one of the stalactites off?
Can I do that?
You're very strong.
I want to go stealth.
You want to go stealth? Go
I'm
ahead.
small. I figure there's easier places for me to hide by
I don't,
myself.
I don't
Go ahead,
know
roll
if I can
stealth
get
check.
everyone behind like a stalactite.
Well, I'd
Just
like
a
to
single.
go scope it out.
What do you want to try to pick up a rock, or do you what do you
I was gonna look for like just like a big rock or
Oh,
something.
like a boulder?
Yeah, to hide
Nothing
people
that
behind.
big. No.
Shit.
No.
It's more of
What's wrong?
there's no boulders in this. It's one of those. Think Cave of the Winds.
I want to go check it out, but stealthily.
Okay,
How high is the roof?
I said about 8 feet.
Shit. I was gonna be like, I could
tons
grab
of
You
Talia-
could go upside down.
I was
Your
gonna
head
say,
would be
grab
like
Talia
3
and
inches
Dave
from the.
under one arm, walk upside down, but still just the same.
Yeah, you'd just be upside down and occupying the same space. You wanted to go stealth? What'd you get?
Yes. 22.
22. You feel really hidden. You gonna try to?
Yes. Because I mean, I forget the exact layout of this cavern. Right?
It's just a 20-foot radius chamber, and then there's that one
path
tunnel
leading-
that appears to go off that
Yeah.
has some more of the pipes that also has the cavern bits in it.
Yeah.
So that's where you guys are because you guys finished your short rest. You guys decided not to stay for the whole thing because for reasons. Because this would have absolutely triggered him being I hear something and you going stealth. You don't get your short rest, right?
No, but I don't.
Because
need
you were
one.
working on the thing.
I don't.
You won't either because of things. You will, and that's it. The two of you, if you guys want to roll hit dice.
I do.
You already got one.
You go stealth and you start to move down this. It winds before the ground that was kind of this kind of natural stone turns into worked stone that then turns into rebar sticking out of the worked stone that then turns into this metal gantry.
Uh,
all right, little buddy. Now, where did we end up?
And you hear that voice kind of echoing from down the tunnel.
do I recognize that as Bast? I mean, I'm assuming I
you.
do.
Probably.
Yeah.
Pretty unique.
Say again?
Bast. Is that you?
No.
I mean, with my werewolf hearing, do I hear
Yeah.
him?
You also smell him.
Asfa, you down here?
Yeah. How did you get here?
Reaching the
I
You can use as many.
Weren't you in prison?
dissolved my way out of the bottom of the tank.
How many do you have?
Smart thinking. Okay, well,
You remember my new little friend who eats metal?
I didn't know he eats metal. But I
mean-
do remember your friend.
He was eating my sword. And we fed him metal.
Oh, really?
stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they put me in a tank with a metal bottom, so
Well,
not too small on that part.
no.
It's all like wet around him. There's still the water dripping.
Not too smart. The rest of us are back here. Come on.
All right.
Yeah, Lynn, you absolutely heard like that of that water. That's what
What are the
was
So,
like. What was that?
what are the chances in this entire facility that I find you guys again?
Brings back to max.
That's fortune calling on me right now.
Maybe 1 in 20.
You fuck.
What are you guys doing down here?
It's good to see you. Are you all right? They do
weren't you
anything?
weren't you going into the city? Like, how'd you end up wherever we are now?
Well, never mind that. Are you all right? Did they do anything to you?
I mean,
Are you cured?
They didn't tell me I could not cast spells in the tank until after I cast a spell. But I survived whatever that was, and then
Spellcaster problems.
it's just been me floating around until I got here.
I mean, I assume we're there.
What'd you say,
since-
Maeve?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You guys are not there
Why
yet.
not that?
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Unless Len's not even there. You snuck
okay.
away.
So it's just
Len
us.
was looking around for a rock or something while you guys are trying to rest and do your stuff, where Oscar just disappears and is meeting up with. Yeah.
So
I think at some point, Len, you do hear two voices coming from down that seem
we tried to
recognizable.
go out into the city to get provisions, but the place was almost struck by a freaking meteor.
Is that when the whole place went all cattywampus? All right.
Messed a lot of people up.
Meteor.
We hid in some of these caverns.
I don't know if I'm quite familiar with that term.
Oh yeah, Oscar probably wouldn't know what a meteor is. There was this huge
Rock that fell from the
rock
sky.
from the sky. I knew they were fireflies, but I'm not so sure anymore.
So we're on one floating rock, and
Yeah.
another floating rock hit that floating rock.
Yeah. Never seen anything like it. They'll never believe me back home.
I'd bully you guys if I could hear it.
So after that, we tried to go get more provisions, but unfortunately, the Aeon box sent this flying person to come scoop us up, and the rope, no, not the rope, the metal, that metal person that was with us.
Oh, the one that rescued us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gave us this device that showed us where we are, but I've yet to really crack the code on that. But told us about this underground place that we're at here, and apparently there's maybe a resistance movement, or there's a shadow society down here. We're hoping they may be able to help us out.
All right.
I probably goes without saying, but I think that the fact that you're free now complicates the situation a little bit. Seeing as the
I'm still infected.
yeah, we should probably not let people know about that. And also, if they weren't looking for us before,
I'm
They-
kind of only the only blue guy walking around.
yeah,
So
we were.
they're gonna notice I'm not in that tube anymore.
I think they would have been peeved that we've been dodging their escorts this long. They're going to lose their minds if they find us together now. So we should probably be pretty careful about this. Choose our moves
So
pretty.
you're down here because there's some rebellious folk down here that may help you out.
Well, at the very least, we wanted to go to these elves on our own terms. But I don't know if that's even possible now. Unless maybe you hide out down here, or maybe I don't know if anyone's going to be okay knowing about the corruption.
One of the corrupted is walking on
Yeah.
around in town.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to the others.
Yeah.
You guys head back.
Mhm.
Len's walking down as you meet up with him. And there's Osfer and then just Bast super tall behind him.
This time, Osfer did not cast Lore Dump. I repeat that shit.
What the hell are you doing here?
Bastion! I could run over and give you a hug.
It's all wet.
Oh. Did they cure you?
Nah, got out of that place. It was a bit constrictive, you know.
I
That tube they
see.
put me in.
I see. Maeve takes it just a step back.
I mean, that's fair. I am still sick of whatever that creature put in me.
Can't express how glad I am to see you, but we realize now that they have a, I want to say patient zero, but like, what is it?
I mean, yeah.
Now they've got a
Typhoid
patient
Mary.
zero walking around the city, so they're probably going to be going absolutely crazy for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So you have to do it. I guess I can't complain. It's good to have you back.
I mean, I didn't really have a plan. I just wanted out of that tube they stuck me in.
It's a good thing, too. You
I
might-
didn't expect to run into you all down here either, so
The feeling is mutual.
I mean, I count that as a bonus.
I mean, I'm
Maeve
glad.
probably doesn't.
Well, I'm glad you weren't dead. That's a compliment.
Speaking of, a few things. First, this underworld that we're in right now. There are people. I don't even know how to say it. Like, there are unknowns down here. No one knows who they are aside from them being down here.
Okay.
They may also be going towards the surface and coming back without anyone knowing. A speculation for me right now, but you
That
might
might
not
be
be.
helpful.
It might be. Also, we got some more diamonds. They're not going to work the way we want them to.
Okay.
So, if this corruption does get worse for you, I can do my best, but it would be for a very short period of time, it seems.
So one thing they were able to tell me is that if this takes me over, I won't be me for you to bring me back.
Yeah, yeah.
So it wouldn't work anyway.
Okay.
I thank you for the thought, but we got to either cure this or, I got to go off on my own and
So,
get away from y'all before I turn into what's-his-face
um,
from back in Balmoral.
Oh.
Toffle.
Toffel, that was his name.
who?
You wouldn't know him.
We've seen the corruption take over a person before. It's not pretty.
Bass shot his arm clean off. and
I did.
Oh,
And apparently, I think he bled out from that, and what he turned into wasn't something I want to be. So
Yeah, we
Right.
kept his arm in that bag. Who's got the skin bag, actually?
it's a little soggy, but his arm isn't in it. We left that back
Yeah.
in the forest.
Yeah.
well,
Still
we need
hate
to
that we
get
have a bag
you
made out of human
all
skin.
cured then. If my hunch is correct, there might be stories here that perhaps some deck didn't know about.
That's fair.
Someone's been corrupted and it's been halted at the very least.
Is that General's folk sir man's name?
Yes, Zemdak, and there was a robot thing.
What's a robot?
Tin?
Yeah, what are those things called?
Oh, the one in the
Yeah.
armor. Yes. Yeah, I think their name was Tin. Tim? Tin.
Yeah, this is a good...
Zect-tect.
Because
Yeah.
Maeve is trying super hard to, cognitively disassociate. But, Osfer doesn't know that that's a robot. So, we're probably on the same page that, that was a person in there.
Yeah. I mean, in order to change the way that they did.
Yeah.
So I've met.
I don't know. They must have been about your height, right?
There must have been some magic in there that I don't know.
Oh.
I've actually met one before, and I just recalled the name. It's a Zektet. They were
Zect-tect.
Zektekt.
Oh, you've met one of those armored
I have.
folks?
They
Yes.
existed during your time.
You should. I'm surprised you hadn't.
But in the cradle? That we would have run across them?
Well,
I'm not sure.
Leo might. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Travels.
found them
I-
closer to the.
You guys are familiar with what they
Oh,
were
okay.
because they existed during your contemporary time.
Okay.
They were created, as many of you are familiar, especially those historians among you,
Oh.
during the war between the ancient Elven Empire and the Razorfang Agreement, in order to defend the Razorfang Agreement.
And
So this is they're super old right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, in that case, Maeve just is generally distrustful of technology, and
No, I
this person
thought-
helped her, so
I thought
she's
this
like
was the stuff you made.
justifying.
Your other character in
Yep.
Campaign 3.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But they're
Yeah.
also super, super old.
The Zektekt were constructs that had souls put into them, but people who sacrificed their lives in order to give them free choice, life, and souls for the defense of the Razorfang Agreement during the old times when the Celendian Empire was trying to take over the entire continent. They were one of the reasons why the Razorfang Agreement was able to hold it off, and there was pretty much a stalemate for many years. And then the Celendian Empire just somehow dissolved and disappeared, and nobody knows why. The Zektekt are remnants of that old war.
So
they're
how
not
does-
really made anymore. And in your contemporary time, they still weren't made anymore. People would sometimes fiddle with the ones that were still around and still functioning because they don't. The march of time doesn't really mean anything to them.
Okay.
But a lot of them had been like retrofitted or MacGyvered or patched up
Okay.
together.
I thought this was something that Greaves made out of whole cloth.
Yeah, I was
No,
under that
no,
impression
no.
as well.
This is
Yeah.
something that he used of his ancestors long, long ago. He used some of that, and that just
Gotcha.
I may
To
have
the-
like cobbled her together from parts and gotten her to work. Them
Yeah.
to work.
Yeah, making
Cool.
it. I would say the actual core of making it from before was mostly lost to time, perhaps on purpose due to what it required in order to make one. A sacrifice of a lot of people that voluntarily sacrificed their lives in order to give it free choice, will, and a soul, and thought, because they didn't have the technology to make something like data, the positronic brain, that type of thing.
The gnomish dwarvish equivalent of the forest guardians we ran into.
Mm-hmm. The good cops.
Yeah, the tech version of it, perhaps. Yeah.
So I come across one of those on my travels. It does have a soul. It's a person, but there's no.
Well, you don't
beating
know.
heart.
About this one.
I don't know about this one.
I know about this one because this one, if General Greaves made it, as he said he did, either he sacrificed somebody, or somebody sacrificed their life to put it in it, or he made an amalgamation the best he could.
And I'm just going off of past data, so I could be wrong, but I'm
There
speaking
could
very
be, you,
confidently.
like, how he made it is way beyond you, but it does align to your understanding of what exact tech is.
So the plan was to find these folk, yeah?
Which folk?
The ones down
Yeah.
The
here.
ones down here?
Uh,
Hide out?
yes,
right.
and get something figured out for you. And then after that, I believe it's figuring out how to get wings and then get back.
I mean, it's been a long day. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't gotten a good, proper rest in.
I am hurting.
I felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Also,
What, how I don't know if there's like a RP way of saying what are your hit points, but what are we all
Out
at?
of 59, on a scale from 1 to 59, how do you feel?
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
I mean, I took a quick bath. I was able to, patch up some of my wounds.
Not in dire straits, Talio?
I don't think I've felt my right arm for quite some time. It's useful, but
what's
it's
your
starting to get a
passive
little
perception?
pale. Paler.
Can we
have
can
the
we get
highest
moving?
of
We've
the
been
group.
here for quite a while. If there's anyone searching for us, there's not really. I mean, there weren't any branching paths back that way.
I don't know if this applies, but if there's scrying magic and we have one of those objects,
Is there water flowing like everywhere down here?
No, the water
It's
that
more
was
in,
coming
like,
from the
pools
pipeline
and
from the river.
things.
There's a spillway into is like a type of cenote,
Okay.
and then what they came out of was a little bit more elevated. It's kind of like a beachhead of a cave.
Well, if Tin gave that to us, then I would figure that wouldn't be tracking us through it. Is that what
Yeah.
you're getting at?
That'd be a deep play.
yeah, it seemed as though, regardless of the intention, there might not have been a choice.
Maybe.
I think we should keep
Is the
moving.
map active right now?
No.
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 It's
Do,
been-
do
it's
you know what we're
put away.
talking about past?
Oh yeah, Bass probably didn't ever see one of those, right?
So
The mount?
here-
Yeah, yeah, no, you definitely have not.
Can I see it, Osfer? Okay, and this is so I've got special eyes for a little bit yet. No, no, wait, no, please. I just kind of. This is what this glyph means. This is what this glyph means.
Oh, so it is on. Like it's lit up.
No, not yet. Not
No?
unless you start hitting buttons.
Oh.
Hitting glyphs, even.
Oh, sorry.
These are what all they mean. We might be able to figure something out on
You said it was
proximate
mapped.
locations. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you press the button that says this one over here, and the map comes up, right?
You push the T
Yeah.
button, the bottom button.
Mm-hmm.
You push the button. It was the one button that was just pressed recently, and it showed you where it was. It shuts down, and then there's a sound.
So it is on.
It was on, yes.
No, it
wa-
wasn't.
It was. You never turned it off.
Oh, I thought we turned it off.
Yeah,
Just
you
kidding.
did never turn it off. It was on. It just
okay.
wasn't facing
Okay, then-
anything that it could project onto, so it wasn't.
Oh, okay. If I wouldn't have pressed any buttons if it was still on.
Yeah, it was still on. But it is so you put it up and you are able to see the hologram of the shattered orrery with that small, slowly hollow circle that's beeping, and you press the T to the button again, and it shuts down, and then it slowly starts to spin up again, but in a more like purple color, and there's this music box sound that comes from it. And a slowly gradual image of some sort of, you're familiar with this, it is a Mayitan, like a canid folk person, very similar to a jackal, that is represented here, that's smiling and just saying like, and just kind of has bright eyes and waves, and then is like really intense in their book and goes like, smiles, and it's just slowly rotating. And there's this like very sweet music box sound that's happening while it's happening like that.
I never did that before.
So, well,
The glyphs, though, before it turned off, those were not in primordial.
No, he would be able to understand them if they were.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the glyph that you associated with that was on the other side of the medallion of the Grandmaster, that's not primordial, which was also always something that you're like, what does that say? And no, he never told you. Nobody would ever really ask the question.
I wave at the person. Hello.
kind of look shocked.
Hi.
They just continue doing it. You see at some point, it's almost like it's on a repeat. After about 15 seconds, it begins to do the same thing again.
I think they're ignoring me.
Maybe that person is
They're
dead.
only about like this big.
Seems to me more like a memory.
Yeah, press the button again.
Just shuts off. It still seems to be on because there's some light on it, but it's not projecting anything.
Yeah. Anyways, this was the map they gave us, but like we should probably get going here if we're able to.
Yeah. I mean, which way were y'all headed?
There's only one way.
You could go that way.
Who?
Saw
What the hell
that.
was that?
Who? What?
You look around. You guys, your past perception is absolute trash.
Yep.
So you look around, and just behind you, like in the circle of where you guys are, there's just a small goblin just there.
How did you get here?
It's just like right there. You see, you could do that way, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And there's just this small goblin here, and you look down at the goblin, no eyes. Where the eyes should be, there's two mushrooms. One's very long that kind of bends up and grows, and then there's another little mushroom.
Mushrooms,
there's,
you said?
Yeah, mushrooms. And there is an arm that's just missing, and from it there's just like a stalk of mushroom that looks to be has two different parts of the mushroom that looks kind of like a mitten.
Oh.
And there is the rib cage is entirely showing. And it's like there's like a small terrarium in the cavity of the abdomen of this creature that has all these like beautiful little tiny like diorama of mushrooms, and like there's a little spider that has a spider web in it, and they're
gonna be
almost
mine.
slightly bioluminescently growing. The body should not be alive.
This
But
is my
it's
new
talking.
best friend.
You are a beautiful creature.
I second that.
Why, thank you.
Wait,
What
we can go that way?
fascinating growth.
You could go that way. Oh,
Where'd you come from?
What's that way?
I'm everywhere all at once.
I don't like the way you talk.
Interesting. When people say that to me,
Do I know what this is?
Do you know what this is?
Is this some kind of like fungal parasite or something like that?
it just
that I
like
might be
it's
familiar
it completely stopped. It just shut off. Like it's.
with? Like have I seen something like this in nature before?
Detect
Or
bugs.
read
Go ahead,
something?
roll a nature check. Yeah,
Look.
or a history check. I'll say.
Little friend, are you a goblin?
Yes and no.
I met a goblin before. He was a good dude.
Good for you.
How did you find us here?
13.
You're very loud.
Yes,
That's
but
fair.
how did you know to come looking
said
for
15?
us?
13.
13. You have read stories of creatures that are made of mushroom, like made of some sort of fungus that live way deep down. This doesn't look like it's fully made of fungus, though. This doesn't correlate to what you're saying before, but it's the closest thing. And they're called these, they're just these types of mycelial creatures.
I'm casting
Were-
detect thoughts.
Were you
You're casting
just,
detect thoughts.
Jeez.
You
Were
cast
you-
detect. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Food,
Were you
food,
going
food,
about
food, food.
your day and travels, or were you looking for us?
Yes.
This is the most helpful person we have ever met.
You detect thoughts on yourself, and you
As
try
always, yes.
and you try to detect thoughts from this person.
Yes.
Okay, can you please roll an intelligence saving throw?
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
not a good idea.
You get spores in your brains.
15.
15. That's a failure. You see Talio like cast a spell for a second, and then you just see Talio's eyes just go, just dead as the pupils go pinhole tiny, and Talio just leans back and falls to the ground, completely comatose. You have this goblin in front of you with this terrarium. It's also got some like bioluminescent lighting in its abdominal diaphragm cavity with this spider web on it and a bunch of other little mushrooms to make it look like a small diorama with grass. It's kind of, and it's lit very nicely, but has like one big mushroom that comes out of one of its eye sockets that goes up and one smaller mushroom that comes out of the other eye sockets. You also notice one of the arm is missing and replaced by some sort of mushroom that has two different things. The one of the ears is completely gone and is replaced by one of those shelf-like mushrooms that you find on trees that sometimes you're compelled to drum on sometimes. It's just kind of growing sideways on it.
Oh, I
I-
know exactly
do
what
I
you're talking
recognize-
about.
Do I recognize any of these mushrooms?
Go ahead and roll a nature check. Talio's eyes, pupil went pinprick,
That's bad.
face went slack,
I probably don't recognize.
eyes half closed, no balance whatsoever, and just fell back and onto the ground. Eyes still open. The whole thing. Sorry.
You there, little creature.
Whoa, hey, what? What? I go over and check on Talio.
Okay.
Like, that's not normal.
They're breathing.
Okay.
What is your name?
I don't want to be rude, but who or what are you?
Oh no. Hi.
I'm gonna cast a lesser restoration on Talio. See if that does anything.
A lesser restoration. You go over and like nothing.
What did you do? What did you do to him?
Oh, I don't think I did anything, but they tried to go into a place that's very crowded. My mind, if you can call it that.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know. Nobody else has come to after doing that.
You say crowded. How crowded could your thoughts possibly be?
One moment, please.
I'm just like over to Leo's face, like trying to get some sort of reaction going.
What did you guys do? You hear Boots. You hear General Greaves' voice come from the goblin's mouth. The whole town is. All right. Are you okay?
What are you doing in there?
What the actual fuck is
What
that?
is this?
It's a long story. I don't really have time to explain it all. Are you okay?
How are you speaking through this goblin's
Long,
voice?
Very long story. Short bit of it is that there's a bunch of stuff that you don't understand that gets spread to a bunch of other people, and there's a network. It doesn't matter. Are you okay?
We're fine except Talio.
What happened?
They're in some kind of trance. Like they've been hypnotized or something by this
By who?
The goblin thing.
goblin
Here.
mushroom creature you're speaking through.
They tried to read my mind. As it says in a different voice. Oh. And you see the goblin go, oh. And just grab one of the mushrooms that's their eye, just pull it off. What the heck?
Wait, no. Those are so useful.
All right, look.
But that means they regrow.
Your friend had their brain overloaded, tried to listen to a million voices at the same time in a million minds,
So he'll be fine.
or not. People who have done that before, they're still in the pods. We haven't been able to figure it out.
If I killed this creature, would that free his mind?
Oh no, this is just a platform. Please don't. It's okay. This is just a platform. It's a hive mind, a network. It doesn't matter. Look, that's not what's important. What did you do? And
Wait,
why
like
can't
bugs?
Tin remember anything?
How do we know you're not an adversary to us?
Because I know where you are, and I'm not there.
How can
And you're
you-
still alive. How about that?
How can you find where we are?
I can see through this creature's everything. Oh my goodness. Why?
Maybe I should
Oh,
kill
so
this
it's
creature
not
then.
it's not the little. Okay.
Okay, so he said it's a hive mind, like
Like bees.
the Fae,
Look, we don't have much time. I don't really have
Yes,
time for
like-
you guys to discuss
like
this.
bugs.
But I needed to know if you were okay, which is great. Cool, you're okay. Someone.
No, we're not.
Well,
One of
I
us
mean,
is unresponsive on the ground.
This isn't normal.
We're so annoying. It's just
like,
we're just,
Bast is
fussing-
still
we're just, like, fussing
infected.
with-
Also, I'm damp and miserable, but also to Leo.
And Bast is still infected. We don't know what to do about that.
I'm sorry.
He kind of outed me there, but I apologize. I apologize for your quarantine too.
You see the goblin just like
Oh yeah, you didn't know
run
he
around
escaped?
the room in like a circle
Oh,
and
yeah,
turn a
super
corner that's
quiet,
not
so
there,
we
and then
wouldn't
come
see.
around and back, and then hold their hands. Oh my God! Why did you? Do you not understand? The gravity. You're out.
I understand that when you drop, things fall.
Okay. Okay.
Don't patronize me.
Also, of course, we don't understand. You don't explain anything.
The amount of time it would take for me to explain all of the information I know, for it to make sense in context to you, and you specifically, could take years.
Okay.
And I don't have that type of time.
What do you want then?
I want to know why Tin doesn't remember anything. I want to know why there's 4 Harriers outside my door. And I want to know... I don't know.
Uh,
I want to know why... Why me, I guess.
As far as Tin not knowing anything, is this her memory? I'm gonna just show him the map. She gave us this and told us to leave, and
It's just a map.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we saw them, like, they went the other direction, we went one direction, and that was it. We didn't do
yeah,
anything to
we're,
them.
like, down here now. And
All right. Okay. Look, if you're in the bloated bowels, you might as well meet up with some of the other ones, like me. Yes, thank you. I know.
I'm sorry, it's called the what now?
The bloated bowels.
Bloated bowels.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Ew.
like a fart.
Ew.
nothing as uncouth. I'd say so. Listen, in order to keep this city afloat, the power that was normally keeping it afloat, the magic, the crystal, the whole thing, was waning quite considerably. So I had to come up with ways to keep it not falling, because it was a great place to be safe. So there are a bunch of ballasts, gas ballasts, kept down here, and they're constantly inflating and deflating. So there's a lot of bloatedness down here.
But you said it wasn't like a fart. Sounds a lot like a fart to me.
Some of the ballasts smell like farts, maybe, sometimes. I don't know. It's been a while. Everything's breaking all the time, and I constantly have to fix it, so...
So I know you're not the happiest with us, but our main mission of coming here was to find out what happened. Would these platforms be able to answer our questions without bugging you?
You mean me?
Yeah, you, little friend.
There, there, Tulio.
They're connected to a network.
Good kitty.
The problem, well, the issue with the network is that it has a lot of information connected to many, many, many lines at the same time. So we're very, very selective as to who joins the network. Does that make sense?
Is it
What's a network?
is it connected to other what'd you call platform?
Yeah. A bunch of people, whether they're dead or alive. Some mostly dead. It's like a recycler that can speak over long distances. Look, it doesn't matter.
Wait, are you saying that this goblin's dead?
Yes, very much so.
I mean, it doesn't.
I
have
find
insides.
your understanding of anatomy, considering my hollow diaphragm of this platform, concerning.
I find your height concerning.
I find your
That's kind of racist.
I
Wait
find
a
your
f-
abundance of mushrooms intriguing. Can we talk
Shouldn't
more
have said
about
that actually.
What?
Oh,
I find your abundance of
Mavis, what
mushrooms
about against
intriguing.
Why?
He likes mushrooms
Anki, can we? Why?
because they're tasty.
Do they regrow? I just saw you rip one out of your face and eat it.
That wasn't me, but yes.
Curious.
wait, are the mushrooms what is talking, or
That's
is it
me.
the goblin?
That's me. We don't have time for this. Look. Go deeper down. This. What am I? What am I in?
A cave?
Little goblin.
Goblin made of mushrooms.
Follow this mushroom goblin to. They'll take you to some other people that are okay. Look. You've been a little bit more trouble than you're worth, but just don't do any more bad things, I guess. And for goodness sake, at some point, please report to the Aeon box, because they're not going to stop looking for you.
Okay. Tilio?
Well, we apologize for
Oh.
being more trouble than we're worth.
I don't.
I would like to dig through Tilio's bag, see if there's any more of that catnip.
Stuck your neck out to help us, and it does seem like we've kind of thrown a wrench in your gears here.
Yeah, look, I'm used to it, but at the same time, it's not the same as it was before because I have a lot more people that I need to make sure that I take care of. Okay? So I need everyone's life on this floating barge of absolute fucking chaos, just careening through the sky for no other reason other than because I kept it aloft, could at any moment get hit by a fucking meteor.
Oh, is that what that?
So, I'm sorry, it's not your fault. I'm frustrated. But I need to fix so many things.
They're called.
And it would be great if you stopped breaking some of them.
So rocks falling from the skies are meteors. Gotcha. Learn something new every day.
No, the moon's falling apart. It doesn't matter.
You said what?
The moon.
Yeah, one of them. It's falling apart. The one that's still held aloft
Why?
because it tried to crash. It doesn't matter. Look,
We're like the 5-year-old
just
that has a
follow
million
the
questions.
goblin.
Why? But why? But why?
But why? Just follow the goblin, and they'll take you to some other people that I trust.
All right. Thank
I
you.
don't trust everything above here, but I know I have to play a role. What?
Oh,
Why
no.
are you raising your hand?
If we talk to the
I mean,
goblin,
because I was just trying to say, like, while this is going
Okay.
on, I try to pull
I was
some.
trying to pull it.
Oh yeah, I try to pull some.
Maeve raises.
I mean,
if we need to
We
contact
do
you
talk-
again,
Sorry, let them.
yeah, I want to pull some. Like, see if there's any catnip in Tulio's bag,
this will end well.
just to try to like.
Is there
smelling
catnip in
salts.
Toledo's bag? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I tried like smelling salts in a little bit.
They do the whole thing where if you like put brains in front of a zombie, they're like,
brains.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
very Weekend at Bernie's kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we can like just kind of lure Tulio along.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh.
They do
yeah.
get up and start kind of meandering towards it.
Okay.
Shuffling.
Okay. Hey, guys. I
So-
think Tulio's fine.
Mr. Goblin,
If we need to contact you again, can we contact you through this goblin mushroom?
Could you have found the
yeah,
cure?
but I mean,
No.
I could be on the toilet. I could be working on very, very delicate.
I don't know how this works. I'm just asking.
Oh, okay.
No.
There is a
That would be a
hive
good
mind
key.
in this platform that is connected to a lot of other things. It can't die unless all the other platforms are killed. They're a good friend of mine. Some of them is in me. That's one of the reasons why I'm tapped into the network. That's one of the reasons why I know so much. But they're a respectful entity and they don't do what they do without permission. So if you want to contact me, Anki will put in a request and if I'm available, I'll let you know. The problem with this is that I'm not ever available. Does that make sense?
Busy man.
Very, very busy person, yes. But if it at all possible, try not to break the thing that Tim gave you. All right?
The map.
Can you tell us
Yeah, the
how
map.
it works? We've
Yeah, I
just
know
been
it's built
pressing
in, I think.
buttons. It made some very concerning beeping noises earlier.
One of the larger buttons is the on button. Just don't press the other one.
What happens if we press the other one?
It's none of your business.
Well, we kind of already
a
did on
personal thing.
accident.
The
so
one with
just
the
explaining.
Canaan folk waving.
Yeah. All right. So listen. There's the other big one is turns it off, turns it on. The button to the right zooms in on your location. The button to the left zooms out, so you have a better idea of what's going on. All the other buttons aren't going to be useful to you. They're more on a planetary and orbital scale, so just don't worry about those. If you need to pan to a certain way, hold one button down and then tilt the map in that direction.
I know what some of those words mean.
It was making some really concerning beeping noises earlier. How do we make
did you
sure?
do?
I don't know. How do we make sure it doesn't do that?
How many buttons did you press?
Oh,
All of them.
a lot.
Okay, well, that's the fail-safe. If somebody gets it who isn't supposed to have it, it blows up.
Oh,
Well, it didn't blow up, so.
yeah. How do we make it just so we don't accidentally press that again?
Don't press 4 buttons at the same time.
Okay.
Or 4 in rapid succession.
It was beeping for a while.
It's
How long does it-
anti-temper. Oh, I don't have time for this.
Okay,
Follow the goblin. Got it.
okay. Luring to Leo with the little catnip bundle.
Mr. Mushroom Man, what did you say your name was again?
Hello!
What did you say your name was again?
My name or
Yes.
this platform's name?
How about both?
This platform was named Kukuk.
Gook. Okay. And your name?
I am known as Ankyline, hive mind of the mycelial network.
Which would you prefer we address you as?
King Anki!
Okay. King Anki.
That was a joke. Did you laugh?
I did.
Kings are a very serious matter, so I did not laugh
I find them to mostly be incompetent and unserious.
until they cut your head off. So,
Good
How
luck.
many-
I will just grow another one.
Oh,
well,
okay.
either way, please
lead the way.
if you would.
Right. Can you swim?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Cool. You are going to get wet.
Oh. I don't like this.
It just kind of scampers down the hallway. You see it just kind of like do that thing in a half pipe where it kind of goes up and it does a spin because it's moving so fast and apparently it can attach to the wall for some reason.
Hey, King.
It has spider.
You're going a little too fast for the rest of us.
I like this name.
Please slow down so we can catch up.
Okay. Just shuts down.
This
And
is
waits
gonna be
until
like
you're-
an NPC escort quest.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It shuts down and waits till you guys catch up.
Some of us aren't nearly as fast as others.
So anywhere in those many brains you got going on, nobody found a cure to the corruption?
That's not something I could tell you. There are actually rules we put in place. Not too long ago. Well, rules we put in place so that things go wrong.
So you do know of a cure.
I didn't say that.
You just can't tell me.
You merely
I
implied
didn't say
it,
that either.
but you implied it.
Implications are tricky. It is
Just
entirely up
lead
to the observer.
If you couldn't tell us if there is a cure or what the cure is, could you point us in a direction where we might learn more?
Are you talking about your friend that's now comatose?
No.
This
The Icker from
Oh,
down
I
on the
can tell you
surface.
that there is no known cure.
Ah.
And you should not make physical contact with anybody.
Osfer does one of those really long side steps. And just,
I'll keep that in mind.
how about our, you said comatose friend over there?
There may be a cure
Their
for that.
brains all scrambled. They are now just an instinctual animal.
Oh.
No longer conscious.
Well, how do we fix that?
Don't know. Haven't been able to yet. Only happened to 7 others in the past many, many years.
And we have 2 things to cure.
Lead the
I'm
way.
sorry, I should have warned you, but it happened really fast. They apparently were very eager to try to get into my head, or this head, or our head.
Curiosity killed the cat.
That is a joke! One of my platforms is laughing.
Unfortunately, I don't think it is a joke. Let lead on.
Okay. You guys, it scampers down the gantry, turns a corner, hops onto a pipe, continues hopping, eventually goes on all fours and runs down this pipe that has this carved out piece of it, jumps into the pipe, and you hear into the pipe. You guys following?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys have to like jog at a decent pace in order to keep up with this thing. Leo is kind of in that perpetual state of falling forward and moving their feet in order to keep them from falling over. So they're kind of keeping up. You don't know how they're going to deal with going up and down elevations. Eventually they hit it with their abdomen and then kind of roll over on it and pop up and continue going. You eventually reach the end of this pipe that goes into a spillway that forms a type of waterfall into a cistern. This area looks far more less natural and a lot of worked stone. Again, though, Mally, Len, as you are looking at this
-1
area,
inspiration.
as you're looking at this area, it's just something that's really off-putting about it. Like it's really bugging you. It shouldn't be the way it is. There's something strange. This isn't right. It looks fine, but at the same time, your gut says, "What the fuck?"
Can you roll another?
Yeah, if you want to.
Another what now?
Was it what? A
How
history
how
check?
is it? Well, you tell me. How is it you're trying to discern what's wrong?
I wonder if I'm feeling the effects of some kind of fungus or spores on me. If something's like,
Okay, roll nature check.
it's not. It's a not 1.
This goblin's your enemy. This goblin's your enemy. You think the spores? It could be the spores. This goblin's your enemy. They're your enemy. There's enemies everywhere. They're all around you. They're in the air. You gotta hold your breath. You do with that what you will. You don't have to fully go that way if you don't want to, but it might be something that's going around in your head.
You get a little paranoid.
It's like the intrusive thought.
I'm dwelling on that.
So in this cistern, is there anybody else?
It doesn't look like it. There is this pipe goes off in one of the hexagonal arches that appears to be worked stone along the vaulted parts of the cistern that then you would dive into the pool of water the waterfall is falling off of. There is the other arches, the other hexagonal 4 arches. Yeah,
6.
it's 5-sided, right? Hexagon
Pentagon.
5?
6. Hexagon is 6.
Hexagon 6. I'm sorry. The other 5 sides is goodness, I'm fried. The other 5 sides appear not to have much. Some of them just lead to a wall about a third in that has a bunch of detritus on it. Some of them also go into darker areas that you can't see too well back down to.
King Anki, what is this place? Seems a nexus of sorts.
It's the way forward, and they lean back and just fall into the waterfall.
Ah,
Go
shit.
down.
Getting very claptrap vibes off
Yeah.
of this version of it.
Okay.
I'm getting very Nathan Falk vibes.
I hope they're not hoping to absorb
I
more.
dive off after him.
Come here, Leo. I throw him over my shoulders.
Not too heavy.
No, I know, but still.
Wait, are you sure you'd like to jump? What if these fungus are trying to add more to their collection?
Well, if they are,
Also-
we already.
What if
Len,
we
you
need to
hear from
follow.
behind you. Not to worry. I only do it with consent. And there's like a cockroach that's up above the top of the pipe that's upside down, attached to the top of the brim of the pipe that has like a small cordyceps mushroom growing out of its head. that's talking to you.
For being very selective, cockroach.
Cockroaches can get into a lot of places other people
I'm not
can't.
there. I'm off the edge.
Yeah, you're not there.
Are we sure that Talio won't drown if we take?
Do they hear the splash?
I don't
Take him
know.
with
I mean, it's a
us?
waterfall, so there's a lot of ambient noise.
Clamp
I mean,
your
you
hand
dive in.
over his
You dive
mouth
in.
and let's go.
Okay.
Oh man.
Put my hand over Talio's mouth. Jump.
Okay. Sploosh.
Ow!
There's like, yeah. There's gnawing on her hand.
Seeing Maeve jump in, I'll reluctantly jump in as
Yeah,
well.
same.
Okay. All right, you guys all sploosh, 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 sploosh. Jump in. And it's not... It's actually, I will say, it doesn't look like sewer water. It doesn't have that like brown tinge,
no poop in it?
murky in it. It's surprisingly clear, just like how surprisingly fresh and clear the water was from above. So you open your eyes underwater and you're quite clearly able to see the goblin platform as they continue to dive down and move into some other submersed tunnel. Appears to be another pipeline. You follow easily. Bast can, no problem. No big deal.
Does there seem to be a source of this? Like, is it all flowing in a certain direction?
That's a very good question. I would say with your knowledge of currents, why don't you go ahead and roll a nature check at advantage?
Current events.
It's only a 12.
12. You think that this is a bit of a junction that splits off into a couple different directions. I think the only thing that occurs to you that seems a little odd is that as far as... Well, you're not as familiar as stuff happening above ground when it comes to water falling from a mountain that then follows the foot of gravity. But it does feel like the water isn't necessarily following altitude elevation. It's just going in whatever place it can go. Almost like some sort of pressure is involved, but it's not pressure because there's air pockets places. It's not hydraulic. So there might be something else to it.
Cool. Following goblins.
Yeah. Is anybody not good at swimming? Is any of your characters not okay? That makes a lot of sense. But you don't have to swim. That's just going to be Maeve moving at quarter speed because you do half your movement while you swim, and then you're lifeguarding somebody. You're Baywatching somebody else. So
I mean,
We're on like the surface of the water, right?
you have to go down in order to follow the goblin. Goblin went down and into a pipe that's submersed to another way.
How do we make sure Talio doesn't drown?
I think that's what it wants. It means to drown us.
Yeah, I think this may just be a complication of Talio's
You guys are trained.
current state. Bess, is there anything you can do here? I don't.
I can breathe just fine underwater. I don't know how it works for all you folk.
Actually,
It doesn't.
aged a little.
We gotta hold our breath,
Okay.
and I don't think Talio's
Trying to get somebody to hold their breath that isn't exactly conscious right now.
I'll just put my hand over his mouth. That'll be fine. Ow!
Don't do that. I don't like that.
Shove some rags in there.
I
No, he
can't.
doesn't like that sound.
What
can't-
if I try to help Maeve like carry?
I was gonna say I can't touch y'all or I'd help.
Wait,
but,
I mean, I think
if you work together,
can-
Okay,
Put-
so
person to
Talio
help
is
would-
5.5 feet.
We could put
Tall
the skin
and like
bag
110
over
pounds.
Talio's head,
He's
trap
small.
some air in there.
Yeah, we got this.
make a
It's like a
makeshift diving
submersible.
bell.
honestly,
yeah.
the best person to well, you're doing it, but you see Bast swimming circles around you, like waiting to be like, come on, let's go. The goblin isn't moving anywhere near as fast as Bast, but faster than all the rest of you.
Bast, can you carry him?
The little one said I shouldn't touch folk, or I'll spread the
Almost fucking got you guys.
ica. What?
Fine.
Oh
Bitch.
no, I'm not touching them on purpose. I mean, if you tie a rope to him, I can pull.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's tie a rope.
You guys just got to make sure you don't breathe in any water, apparently, because
All right, I'll hold him still.
it's bad for you, right?
Len, you want to tie him? Tie his arms up.
Yeah, we'll tie Tilio up and throw the other end of the rope up the bass.
This looks like we're kidnapping someone.
It kind of happens.
Kind of hard.
Kidnapping a comatose patient.
Yeah.
Goodness
Not a
gracious.
good look.
Hand
Not a
past the
good
other
look.
end of the rope.
Yeah, just dragging them along.
Clear's just being
cool.
like,
There's a moment where like Talio's shoulders and neck just bang up against the top of the pipe because they didn't go down enough. They have a little bit more buoyancy than you thought. And you pull down and then pull them through. You guys are able to follow. With this, it takes some getting used to, but it's not ever to the point where you feel like you might be suffocating because you don't have pockets of air to breathe because there are breaks in between. Eventually, you are no longer in the water. The goblin goes back and ascends and surfaces onto an area that you follow them, which is not like the other cavern areas. This appears to be far more worked stone, fully worked stone, almost like you're in the more interior, farther in the center of the area of the underground of the city.
okay.
You do start to hear that sound as you surface from the water, as you see a big old balloon made of canvas and rubber. It's a massive bloated balloon that takes up a bunch of part of this space that's off to the side that just is inflating and like a bellows, inflating and deflating, almost like a hot air balloon that is constantly inflating and deflating. Watch that, don't touch it. It is flammable. And you follow this individual through a little bit more work stone areas. It's now starting to look like actual
I'll go back
rooms.
to carrying Talia.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got kind of idea.
Sorry, your hands are still tired.
Shit, I dropped something. It's okay, I'll take care of it later. What's up?
Can I try something with him?
Sure. I grab the tied like hand. Here you go.
I'm gonna look into your dead eyes and just say, rouse. And I'm trying to command you to come to.
It's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you have agency to try to... I mean, you can try instinctually if you want. That's up to you. Yeah, I think it probably just willingly fails.
So then they have to do what I told them to
They
do.
have a will. It is. Yeah. For a turn. For 6 seconds.
Yep. So do you
What do you tell them to do?
Do you come too? I said rouse.
Rouse. They stand up.
Oh, that's it? Fuck. All right.
The body responded to the magic.
Is that you in there? Nope, that didn't work. All right.
All right.
Well, I guess we're still
They're
going.
up and they're like able to walk.
Oh, I know. It's just
Okay.
fun to lead them around.
We're going deeper then?
Oh, cat leash.
So I'm sorry. So yeah, let me finish the description of the area. You have this bloated kind of bellows ballast on one side, and then you continue down this area. It feels to be becoming more workstone. There's walls now, brick, cobblestone. You start to get into a point where these ballasts start to become more and more prevalent and more crowded together as you start to be able to have to squeeze through some of these ballasts and they don't smell great and they feel like gas bags.
These are the ones that smell like farts.
Yes, they're made of flesh and you squeeze through these things.
Hey, we've got a bag like that.
Wait. Flesh?
Yes,
Like,
it's the most flexible and reliable material in order to use these types of things. We're
Where did-
working on a synthetic, but it's difficult.
where did you get the flesh?
Storage.
You had flesh in storage.
I'm telling you, they want our flesh.
I have a lot of platforms that have become non-useful due to their decay. You see a bunch of patchwork of flesh onto these ballasts.
Oh God.
Oh.
Millions.
Let's
Oh.
just keep going. Don't think about it too much.
Oh, I'm thinking about it. I am thinking a lot
What's up,
about
Mally?
it.
One thing that occurred to me, I want to try casting Protection from Evil and Good on Tilio, which prevents charms, possessions, etc. from like fae, aberrations, all that stuff.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, do me a favor, and roll an Arcana check as you do so.
Ooh. That is 22.
22. You do so. You feel like the spell went through very well. You do get some feedback when you're passing the spells. You don't think that anything celestial, undead, fiendish, you don't think that any type of exterior force actually has any control over Talio right now or is influencing them at all, leaving you to believe that something is just short-circuited in Talio physiologically. Like their brain has gone brain dead. Their intelligence score is 0. And they're basically weakened at Bernie's right now.
Oh no. Okay.
I was gonna go flowers for Algernon, but
A little bit more than that. So, yeah.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
It is... Actually, you rolled a 22, right? So do also roll another history check for me at advantage because of your hunter thing background.
That is 20.
20. You are familiar with other creatures that can do something like this. Most of them have to do with devouring minds and eating them or taking them over. There are a type of creature that you have been told to avoid at all costs unless you really know what you're doing, which are like these large cerebral brain things that have 4 limbs like dogs that can just come up to you and take the brain out of your head in one instance and subvert themselves and put themselves into your head and take over your body. There are the kind of effect that you're seeing here seems to be similar to the one that's referenced in those pages, but it's not the same because the creature didn't do this. It's just an effect. It's a side effect of trying to do something that their physiology had no way of being able to handle.
Okay.
It was like the brain shut down out of self-defense.
Okay. I'll keep that
But
in mind.
it doesn't mean that there is a slim possibility where they could naturally come out of this type of thing, but it's very slim. The brain could have been damaged. You're not sure. The type of magic that you're familiar with to be able to take care of this stuff is pretty high level magic, not something that you have access to. Although you do know reference of it in the books, like greater restorative magics, regenerative magics.
All right.
I almost like him better this way.
I don't.
No. That's dark.
Oh, he's such a good
Basically,
kid.
like a cat in a person's body right now.
That is a
All
brilliant.
they're pure instinct creature.
cat in a cat's
Oh,
body.
I'd say that is a brilliant mind that he no longer has access to right now.
Yeah.
We'll get you a cat sometime.
As you say this, as you're squeezing through inflated and deflating flesh bags, as you're looking back, like, we'll get you a cat.
I've seen my share of gore and flesh.
Yeah. No, you're fine. It's just the image is kind of funny.
Why does this keep happening to us?
You do eventually say, okay, here we are. And there's nothing here. There's like a balcony of stone that just kind of drops down into this big old circle that just drops.
All right, what's here?
It does seem somewhat well lit, though. There are some sconces around.
But I can't see down into the darkness.
You can.
Oh, I
You're just
can, yeah.
they're just at the edge, kind of silhouetted, like on a balcony, and you're walking up. You
I
want to
don't
look
see
down?
anything.
Do you want to look down?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you roll? No, I'm just kidding. You look down and you see a bunch of other lights, like in a spiral formation, and other people moving about,
Oh,
kind of like in underground society of people. You see a lot of bizarre tents, canvases. Imagine
how far
like the
down?
borrower's city,
How
kind of
far
like
down?
How
that.
big is this hole?
The hole is about 120 feet in diameter,
Oh, okay.
and it goes down, but the hole is just like a skylight to see a dome of existence that's under it.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like a plunger.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like a cylinder city or something like that.
No, that's Thulmorbed.
That's what?
Thulmorbed, the capital of the Razorfang.
There's a giant, like
Giant
inverted
spiral where
cone.
everyone lives along the spiral because a big old excavator ship machine is constantly making the city bigger by going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Okay, so how
There's
do we get,
voices, you hear people moving around. Sorry.
how do we get down there? How do you get down there?
They just look at you quizzically as they back up and just go perpendicularly against the wall and spider climb their way down.
I see.
How do folks who can't do that get down there?
Climb!
Listen, I'll bring us down one at a time.
Hey, if you want to ferry them, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just ferry everyone down one at a time, run back up.
Except for me.
Who do you grab first?
Osfer.
I'll make my way down there on my own. Thank you very much.
You grab Oscar and you start walking down like, ha! I was joking. You don't have to do that. The elevator's right there.
Elevator?
Yes.
We've started it. Might as well finish.
Okay, Talio, come on.
I'm still trying to get used to joking. It's been a couple 100 years.
What exactly is an elevator?
It's a thing that goes up and down and you can stand on it.
Might be useful.
You want to go ride the elevator?
Yeah.
Okay. Go over there. Good job. Pull the lever. You counterweight engages. This small, I'd say maybe only 10, like 2x2, 10-foot wide wooden platform begins to go down. And once it reaches the edge of where it wouldn't be able to hit the bottom, because again, dome after the cylinder, like a plunger, it just follows along a track that goes under it and stays flat, like it has a gyroscope under it or some sort of stabilizer, and goes down a little bit so you don't hit your head on the ceiling, and then follows the ceiling all the way down on a track. A few people look up, see you, and then continue about their business. A lot of these people, you don't see at first glance any elves or that type of lineage. You see a lot of people a lot of humans, quite a few Ibcast. I think there's one gnome that you spot. There are maybe 2 halflings you spot. There's a lot of people here just kind of moving around. Think sci-fi space bizarre underground borrower city. That makes sense?
That's a lot of words.
Anybody ever watch The Borrowers?
Nope.
They're like the little people that live in downstairs. Kind of
I
like
mean, I've seen concepts similar, like Neverwhere, I think, has.
something like that. Thumbelina.
Oh, I was thinking Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf too. Yeah, there's
like
quite a bit
that
of
mainstream.
bioluminescent
Yeah.
lighting here. Like a lot of bioluminescent lighting here. These people live underground mostly, as far as you can tell, but there are bazaars and there's a thriving economy here. There's still that post-apocalyptic, everyone's armored, everyone's got rags on their person. There's some music from the distance that you hear. The sound of the elevator is drowned out by just the populace constantly conversing.
So I think we found your rebels. Was there
I wouldn't consider it rebels, maybe just, I don't know, other people that don't want to do what other people want to do?
was there further thought into who we were gonna meet down here?
No.
No, I think the main person who wanted to come down here is,
Not with us at the moment.
yeah, they're checked out.
Lights are on, but no one's home.
You know if there's a place down here where we can get a good night's sleep?
Yes.
I'm assuming
We
the rest of y'all are pretty tired,
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
too. Wait.
The world is your
oyster.
Are there places where
Thank you.
you can pay someone to
Yes,
sleep in a bed?
there are establishments where you can rest your weary bones.
Wait, was
Will
that
you-
another joke that you tried out that we just missed?
You'll never know.
A joke has to have a punchline, by the way. You're just
Oh, the goblin comes over to you and punches you in the shoulder.
Yep, saw that one coming.
no, like
Line.
I'm over. it.
Please show us to one of these establishments.
They're like, it's weird. There's this personality coming, but it's so beautiful. The abdomen is really, really stunning.
Yeah,
but,
this is like a very beautiful like specimen.
yeah,
to
it's
me,
a beautiful disaster.
yeah.
I'm sorry?
Would you please show us to one of these establishments?
Sure. They can, and a very tall half elf who is half the skull showing with a bunch of other shelf type of mycelium growing along all the way down their neck and to their shoulder and into part of their rib cage comes over. Hello,
You're another platform?
I am the same thing. King Anki align, and they do the same movement at the same time, and then the goblin just scatters away.
Okay,
Do-
what is the name of this shell?
This used to be a man named Gorin. Their full name was actually Gorin Stat, but they hated that because they hated their parents.
So you have their memories.
Whatever's left when I find the body.
So how did you and Gorin meet?
Gorin fell into a pit that I was fermenting in. It was a body that was thrown in there for disposal a couple 100 years ago. Well, wait. I don't remember.
Thrown in from where?
Above?
But like where above exactly?
Hmm.
Far from here?
The surface of the ground?
Don't worry about it.
Are
Oh,
any-
you mean like where geographically? Before? You see just the male just go,
Like half though. 'cause it's-
yeah, just this part.
are
As
any-
if it's like thinking.
are any of
It's been
these-
so long, it's hard to keep these things to cut track. Either it was before or after the before times.
I see. All right. Well, we probably could stand to get some rest.
I don't like looking at you. Just show us where we need to go.
Period.
Very Maeve.
Rude! Let's go this way.
Are any of these mushrooms healing mushrooms on either of these two people?
Roll nature check.
I feel like I would know what those look like. 16.
Feel him.
Osfer is tempted.
This thing just like walking like this through the populace.
Hey, Anki.
Cute.
King Anki.
It's King Anki to you.
Yep. Got a question
I
for
am
you.
getting used to it.
Do these mushrooms hurt you at all when they fall off, or
Everything hurts all the time, but no.
there are a couple of these that might be useful for me. Do you mind if I pick one or two?
You want me?
Some of your mushrooms?
You
yes?
want a piece of me?
Yes.
Are you
If that's
sure?
if that's okay.
Do I have your consent?
Wait.
Not in that way.
They are not. Unfortunately, they're mutually exclusive.
Then I will politely decline.
Okay. I'll be there, but only if I have your consent. Will I take over?
I take over.
Well, I wanted to cook them into a potion that I can make. It helps people feel better. I wouldn't be eating these mushrooms. Yes.
Mhm.
Would
You'd be
that-
eating me.
Would that
I would be inside of you.
even after I process them?
Do you mean cook them?
Yes.
I am insanely. Well, no, that's not how that word works anymore. I forgot. I am extremely robust.
Well,
Many years of evolution have made me impervious to anything other than total obliteration.
Well, that answers that question.
But I will heal you.
I'm not sure if I can give people potions that are made of you without their knowledge of what that means.
I would still be in them, but would not bother them or take over unless they gave me permission. That's one of my tenets. But yes, you would be putting me inside of other people.
I'm not sure I'm okay with that.
Totally understandable. You're not the first one.
Yeah, I think maybe put your microphilia aside for a second and let's get to a place to sleep.
But the mushrooms, they're everywhere.
Here we are, and there's this small alcove that they go to, and they gesture like this. And what you can see is these big, old, almost massive portobello mushrooms that appear to be wide and flat on top. Nice and cozy.
Is this place you too?
I am everything, everywhere, all at once.
So are we going to sleep inside you?
On top of me.
So if we breathe the air that has the spores, are you already in us?
I have a little more control over it than that.
Okay.
But we're
So
safe
I-
to rest here, is what you're
Yes, safe.
So
If you mean preventing me from being inside of you, yes, that too. If that's what you want. Unless you want me inside of you.
saying. Wait, are all the people down here you?
No. But
Are they going to
a
mess
number
with
of
us?
them are.
The non-yous, are they going to mess with us if we're sleeping here?
I don't think so. But I can't speak for others that I'm not in their mind, which is why I like to be in everyone's mind, so I always know what's happening.
Len, I don't trust this. I don't want to sleep on a mushroom.
Yeah, neither do I. I think this would be a bad idea.
Okay, so find a...
Let's find a nice dirt patch to lay our bedrolls down on.
Reluctantly, yes.
if I become hive mind, I can just grow mushrooms on me. I will be the source of my own.
you might
food.
enjoy
Oscar
it.
seriously considering it.
Osfer will die.
And
All right,
the apothecary will be born.
come on, Talia.
I will be a walking apothecary shop.
That's an odd theory.
If you are looking for a healer to try to help this condition, I am also in another person that is sentient.
A healer?
You could say that.
Okay, bring them here.
Or
No,
show us how to get to them.
because they are still in control of their platform. I will not take over unless they give me consent.
Can you show us where they are?
Yes.
Bones cracking.
there's like dislocated.
Oh.
It's like a
moving.
Grimm's fairy tale up in this piece.
Yeah, it's very the people that are around here that you see this. You see a couple of other mushroom individuals. There's not very many. There's far more just other vanilla humanoids. But the people that are around here don't even bat an eye at this. They're so used to this, so it's not even a big deal. It's like the law enforcement of here, or just like the people that just make sure everything's in order. But it's all a Fallout New Vegas, Mr.
Ghouls.
No, the robots,
Oh.
the
Mr.
Centurion robots, everything, those type of things. Whatever they were called.
Handies. Mr. Handies.
Yeah, Mr. Handies, or whatever.
I mean, they had names, some of them. But
They're all kind of in the same thing, just doing their job. They don't seem to bat an eye. They give a couple of them, give them a few looks. Oscar, you get a lot of looks. You're still wearing your robes. You get a lot of looks. A couple people are like, and they continue to watch you as you pass them. What's your passive perception?
13.
13. Yeah, you notice a couple of them. Eventually, you're led to.
Oh, I can only imagine how this looks. Talia was wearing like a disheveled rag of a thing, and I am like just leading him.
Sure. Yeah.
With a
Oh.
robe.
There is a another individual who is leading what looks like this other platform of Onculine that appears to be in a little bit slightly more of a bestial form, some sort of subterranean creature that is slightly insectoid that has a bunch of mushrooms growing over it, that has also some sort of collar, but not a like collar leash. It's a little bit more respectful than that. It's more of just like a lead and you pass each other, and the thing just goes up and to you, and you see the rest of it just say "sup" as you pass it.
Okay. With me, Leo.
You eventually find your way to this big old. It kind of looks like just a massive fly amanita mushroom that's down here. It has a door on it. It's a very tall house. It has a little door on it, which has appeared to possibly made out of some sort of like donderol wood, which is the type of razor fang wood that's made out of mycelial stuff, but it looks very much like wood and it acts like wood. And there's a bunch of gardens around it. There's a little stone path that goes up to it, a couple fireflies and bioluminescent lighting. You walk up to it. They're like, inside is who I know that may be able to help, but they haven't been able to yet, so good luck.
What's their name?
That's for them to tell you, not me. That's part of the deal. Can't disseminate information without consent.
All right.
All right, let's do this. After you.
Can you knock on a mushroom?
You can this one. You can knock on this one if you like.
I mean, it's a donderol wood door, so it's got to...
Yeah, it feels like wood. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh no, my thing. There we go. You knock on the door. What?
A fungal friend here said that you might be able to heal some folks or have more information for us on some ailments.
No, go away. Ooh, that wasn't polite. Okay, bye. And the adult human calf thing just starts to walk away.
Bye,
Your
King
problem now.
Bye, King Anki.
I like it. I'm gonna make everybody else tell me that now.
I may have started something.
A complex.
Pound on the door again.
I said go away.
No.
Why?
You. We have been told you are the one who can most likely help us. We are desperate. Let us in.
Our friend has been afflicted. You're the only one around here that seems to be able to help.
You hear some footsteps and the door opens slowly and it becomes half open wide, and there's a small gnomish individual there with a bunch of mushrooms all over their body and a bunch of pieces of just it doesn't make sense. They're very Katamari Damacy style. They've got so much stuff attached to them, it doesn't make any sense. They've got a music box and like some sort of what looks like a bunch of writing utensils. There's what appears to be a very small whole roll-top desks attached to the back of their body, just all kind of woven in there with a bunch of mycelial fungus type glue that just growed into it. And they're like, "You're damn right I am. I'm the only one that can help you. I'm the only one that can help anybody. You said it, not me, but I
Believe it.
can help you."
Good. I pull Talio up and help with this.
What happened? Too many drinks?
I think they tried to read the mushroom man's mind.
Sexually?
No, just listen in on the thoughts.
What do you mean by
Oh! This is a real request. You guys weren't hired to do that? Okay, don't worry. Never mind. I'm sorry. All right.
To do what?
Wait,
Go on.
you're not Aeon.
No. They're in here, but no.
Is all that mushroom on you him?
Neither of us have really been able to discern that. But I get warmer during the colder. Well, that's not really a thing
It's a
anymore.
tangent. It's our friend. Please.
Tangent. I love tangents. Do you know what color tangent is my favorite?
I have a tangent for you.
Do you?
Yes.
Our
Do you want to
friend's
come
brain
inside
is
and I'll make
scrambled.
tea while we talk about tangents?
Yes, let me tell you all about the condition afflicting my friend Taleo. There's a tangent for you.
Oh, who's Talio? Your sex-starved friend?
What did you say?
Never mind.
Can you unscramble the brain?
Okay, I noticed you're covered in. I noticed you have writing utensils and instruments.
I could try.
And we'll be right back. After
Please?
this.
This isn't something that happened down here.
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes? No?
Yeah.
It did not happen in this settlement,
Oh,
but
okay.
it did happen further up in the tunnels.
Okay. They tried to read Ankylaine's mind.
Correct.
That was dumb fucking move. Why would they do that?
They're curious.
Well.
Cat.
Do another.
Another?
Yeah.
We didn't catch your name.
Belly tickle. What?
We didn't catch your name.
There are folks that know me by many names.
What should we call you?
Tim.
Oh, Jesus.
Tim?
There are those that
Sure.
call me.
That's what I came up with right now.
Tim, can you help our friend, please?
Sure. I can try.
Please.
Please do.
Now?
Yes.
If you can spare it.
Sure. Okay. Fine. You don't want to come in for tea? Sure.
We can come
Is
in.
the tea how you're gonna fix him?
Maybe. I don't know.
We can come in and enjoy some tea.
Wait. Cool. Come in. Take off your shoes. I don't want any mud on the floor. Please and thank you.
I don't want my feet to touch this floor.
Maybe
Rude.
you can wait outside while we go in, Maeve. Keep watch.
Fine. I'll hang out by the door. Hand Talia's rope to Lynn.
I'm so sorry.
They look at you, Maeve, and they're like, "You sure? You don't want to? Okay, that's fine. All right. Yeah. More tea for me, like always."
Well, I mean,
Sorry,
okay,
go,
actually,
go.
what type of tea is it? What kind of tea?
Yorkshire Gold.
Oh. I don't even know what that means. It's been so long since I've had a good tea.
It's
No,
from another plane
no.
of existence.
I will guard. I will guard. I will guard.
Wait,
Can someone bring me some tea?
is it really
Thank
from
you.
another plane of existence?
Yeah, it's from what the Famors used to be.
Oh.
And can you get there to get this tea?
You don't want to go there.
Did you see that?
See what?
Talia just hissed. What the Famors? Famors. Fay? Morse.
Maeve, I think you're bothering him. Let him have peace right now.
But you can get to what the Famous.
I mean, if I want, but I don't want to go there.
I understand that.
Yeah,
Why not?
Maybe we put a.
You don't want to go there either,
Why?
We might, but
because it's worse than here.
let's put a pin
How?
on that.
What do you mean, how?
Morse.
you been-
What's happening there?
You
One thing at a time. Let's
do you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go
Let's-
ahead.
Where are you?
let's put a pin in that. We'll come back to this. This is
Let's
useful
talk
information.
over
You're right.
tea.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm.
And that way you can spill it.
So he is still in there.
Yes.
We're coming
Yeah.
to spill that tea.
He's reacting to the words Famous.
I can't write down timestamps. Everything about this is great.
Elias? wonder if Elias can still see us.
Thanks for
They're,
reminding me.
they're
Elias
looking.
probably can see
They're
all of
looking
this.
up every time we say his name. You say Elias. That gets another reaction.
See?
Does Cavendish does not react. But something to do with Elias and the famous.
I'll just say you guys have like walked into the
Yeah.
area.
Cold
Yeah.
iron?
There's just a layer of dirt all over the floor. It's just like a nice fine black earth soil.
Like loamy, or is it like hard packed?
it's loamy. It's nice, like soft, that type of thing.
like walking in a garden.
A freshly tilled one, black, rich black earth.
Does
Much
Oscar
different than
have
what's
shoes
outside.
on? I can never remember if Oscar wore shoes. Oscar is definitely not wearing his shoes right now and just luxuriating. In
This gnome is like big, but their form is tiny, but they're so big because they have so much shit attached to them, like a whole roll top desk on their back. So much shit is attached to them. It kind of looks like the mask salesman from Majora's Mask, but more stuff on their back. As they start to move through this,
Wait a minute. Tim,
sure.
do you know anybody that goes by the name Elias? Or can you perhaps ask Ankyline?
Probably, yeah, I think so.
A Fey individual, perhaps?
Oh, right, that's where I know them. Yeah.
Are they still around?
Ooh, doubt it. They're like super staunch about not going anywhere. And the Feymores is just, so probably not. Oh, that's sad. You made me think of someone I liked that was now gone. Probably sad.
May I ask, the king,
The king?
King Anki?
Ankyline.
You gotta be shitting me.
He introduced himself as King Anki.
What an asshole.
so Anki, how did Anki find the way down here?
His name is Aeon, and he's been around for a while. How much of up on the upside did you experience?
We met Greaves, and
Oh, no, it's his fault. It's all his fault.
What is
He gave it to me.
it?
Yeah, Anki.
Why did you do that?
I think at the time he didn't know, but it's now been a curse and a blessing I've had to deal with ever since.
I see. I have to ask Anki. Did Anki come from the Moors?
Nope, none of us have any clue. I think the person that knows most about Anki is General Greaves, but we have I don't know where they came from. They probably just always were, that type of thing.
You said he gave him to you.
so,
But
so you two have relations.
Anyway.
And you got some of the spores when you were together.
Ew, no, not that way.
Oh,
Ankyline.
He
he
blew them
infected-
into my face.
he infected you.
Sure.
Ankyline stressed to us that this was purely consensual. So you're implying that this was not?
Well, it wasn't up to his. Why are you so? I thought you wanted your friend help.
We do.
Sounds like Graves didn't even know what
I
happened.
figured we're doing all of this as we're making tea.
Making
Oh
conversation.
no, it's making tea. All right.
It's
Got little vines around here.
I agree though. Let's stick to what we came here for. Can you help him?
Well, your brain's probably scrambled, right?
Yes. Can we?
So I suggest a healthy dose of moonlight and some whiskey. Then we'll see what happens.
Moonlight and whiskey. Why that? I
You'd be
wonder?
surprised how many magical things have happened in moonlight and whiskey.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I want to be there for that.
Sounds like bad advice you're getting from like your uncle or some shit.
Rub some dirt.
Sorry.
So bring him under the moonlight and give him a swig of whiskey.
Sure, that might work.
or do you make the moonlight down here, or do we gotta go back to the surface?
Oh, I will.
So we gotta go back to the surface for that.
Maybe, yeah. Sure.
What options do we have down here?
I mean, I could try to jumpstart the brain with some electrical charged plants.
I mean, we've heard that
Some nettle, maybe.
that there may be some magic that could help our friend. Is that something that you know how to perform?
Yeah, sure. Yes, if I take their brain out of their skull, I can grow another one.
No. I don't think that's.
Really? You sure?
A little bit risky.
Do you have like restorative magic that you can
Yeah,
do?
that's one of them.
Can, like,
Sure,
Big
you don't
one?
want me. You don't want me to just take it out.
Maeve looks in from the door
Gray matter
frame.
tea is so good.
Use the plant thing. You said you could use plants to save him.
Oh yeah, like defibrillate the brain.
I don't know what that means. Try
Bless your
it.
heart. Okay, so I can use nettle, the sting nettle that's kind of like supercharged with the electricity in the ground.
That sounds incredibly painful.
Oh, it really is.
Maybe
know
we
what?
try the magic first and then move on to the
Well, I mean, they're both magic. both
the
of them have magic.
restorative magic, I guess.
The restorative
first.
magic. Okay, yeah, that would be shock to the brain.
So we're talking about one thing here, not two things.
Well, the other thing is that I could take the brain out and just grow a new one.
yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But it would be their brain because I'm going to use their genetic material.
I say we don't do that first.
Okay. I mean, you get a brain out of it. I'm just saying, like, there's a positive because then you get something for free out of it. But I mean, this way you don't get a brain. But, sure, okay, whatever. You are the boss.
Yeah, I could use some.
I only had a brain.
Never mind.
Tell me about it.
Let's try the one where the brain stays in his head first.
Fine. You see them reach onto like the mushroom cap that is their head, and they pull it off, and very Nightmare Before Christmas style. There's just their brain, just there as they itch it, just like that guy from who is
Yeah.
Sally,
Yeah,
or
Professor.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Very much like that, and he just itches his gray matter.
I was thinking more Pirates of the Caribbean.
That too. Yeah.
Whatever works, and then puts it back on. Yeah, sure. Why don't you hang him upside down from that harness, and then we'll try it, because I am short and they're very tall.
Okay.
Don't ask about the harness. Just put him on the harness.
Okay, I'll do it.
You put him in the harness. Okay, now we're gonna flip it, and it's like on a ring, and the ring just
I'm so sorry.
squeaky, turns upside down.
Talea, if you're still in there, I'm so sorry.
What's it called? Like a St. Andrew's cross, I think. That's what I'm picturing. I think that's what it is,
Like
right?
Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man.
Yeah, it's more
Well,
like Da
I
Vinci's
was thinking
Vitruvian
the
Man.
sex thing, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of. This guy's been around for way too long. He has to keep himself entertained for a very
there-
long time.
Is there a ball gag stuck to his
Roll an investigation
Oh
check.
no!
stuck to his mushroom
It's
somewhere?
like a gimp suit in the corner.
Natural 20.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Get the fuck out of here.
For a 22.
If you guys want to know
that's a
more
7.
about the ball gag, you'll have to subscribe to the Patreon, where we will talk about the ball gag in the post-session talk of the Fae Files. But for now, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
That's not something we can talk about unless it's behind a paywall. So Talio's upside down, like, okay. Do you mind? And pulls some of the seaweed off of your side that's kind of acting as part of your belt, so your pants go a little slack. Oh, sorry about that. Need some of that. They go and blow into their hands, and the seaweed starts to ignite, and they together and turns to, it's like a type of ash, but it's got this green tinted ash. And very Rafiki style, they spit into it, make a bowl in the palm of their hand, and draw something along the crown and the forehead of their head. Okay. nettle. Here we go. And you see some stinging nettle beginning to grow around, I guess Jesus style, kind of like around the crown and the part of their head. But then it stops growing outward, and you hear like the
Oh god.
of it starting to grow inward, just like how roots break concrete. This thing is going into flesh and breaking through bone. Ooh, is the best part.
Oh.
You guys want some popcorn?
This is happening on Toledo.
On to Leo. You want some popcorn? No?
No?
I don't know what that is. No.
So you take corn kernels.
No, focus.
Yeah, poor Taleo. Good thing Taleo doesn't feel any of this pain. There is a moment where it's like stop still, like, oh, I think we're ready. Do you guys want to press the button?
Just do it.
You don't want to press the button?
Just do it.
Just do it.
All right. Boop. And they press Taleo's nose. And you see just roll a con save for me, Taleo.
15.
15. Just go slack again. Sometimes this takes a couple times. If I do it too many times, though, that's it. I can't even regrow the brain. Like, we don't have enough stuff. It just gets, like, super fried. You ever see a scrambled egg that you then fry? Yeah?
Let's not go that far.
Okay.
But one or two more times.
Those taste real good. But okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it. Boop! Okay, another con save. Go
You
ahead.
shocked the ears off of him.
11.
11. Are you sure you don't want me to do a regrow the brain? It's like we're not too late. We could do this a couple more times, but
Maybe we should. I don't know. All this feels weird.
I just love brain. You're gonna love it too.
What do you guys think?
I might cast a spell. Hang on.
Yeah, if anybody's got something to help.
How long does protection from good and evil last?
I don't remember. I think it's like 10 minutes.
I need to know.
10 minutes.
Let me find it.
I got it.
10 minutes?
Yeah, it's
10 minutes. Okay, so it's long since passed.
Okay.
One leaves looking at me like, you motherfucker.
Is it specifically a save he's doing?
For Leaf. Yeah.
Okay.
Or Leo.
Never mind.
Depends.
Maybe we should stop. This doesn't seem like it's working, and I'm not keen on killing a friend.
You sure? Boop!
I'm going to use a world inspiration.
That was a nat 20 on my side, so we'll see what happens.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Talil, your vision blurs as you find yourself extremely nauseous with a bunch of unsure shapes before you. This is the worst night of your life. You have the greatest hangover. You have a massive amount of pain across the top of your head. You drink way too much. You don't want to see any of this. You try to close your eyes, but you get even dizzier before you're just, you feel absolutely insanely nauseous.
Taleo?
Taleo?
Yeah, you regurg just upside down throws up. A bunch of the vomit goes into their nostril because they're upside down and across their face.
I start spinning them back up.
You spin it back up, and then the part that still hasn't fallen off starts dripping down their face.
Press to digitate.
You pull the vomit off. Hey, it worked! That's the
Taleo,
first time.
You back with us?
Fuck.
I mean, that sounds like you.
Fuck.
I'm gonna get Tilio off the thing.
They're in so much pain.
Get him off the thing.
Would you like some tea?
Gently lie him against the ground.
Okay, you turn the lemon. Oh, right. Yeah, they're probably in a lot of pain. I'll just and you feel this intense searing amount of pain as something is coming out of your skull. Granted, you don't have nerves, I think, past the bone point. I don't really know it. I should be asking Noelle. She's the medical person. But there's just some part of it you don't feel, and all you feel is the pressure before you finally feel it, the nerves almost overloading, and there's so much pain as this kind of nettle crown falls.
I'm gonna immediately cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, you immediately cast Cure Wounds. You see some of the bones start to form up, and some of the... Yeah, you have a ton of hit points missing, so this is going to help you out.
I would absolutely be unconscious.
I think you're like in and I think you're like dropping and coming back and dropping and coming back.
You get 10 hit points.
Especially if he's healing you, you like drop and then you come back and you still feel the immense amount of pain, but it's easier now as you gently put Talio down.
I'll do it again.
You do it again. Go ahead. Talio, I need you to roll one last con save for me, and this is
13 hit points.
I want to let you know this is for something permanent.
17.
17, that's just what you needed. You do not have your intelligence score permanently reduced
No
by
brain
2.
damage.
Oh my god.
That was brain damage,
You get another
yes.
13 health also. Like
I don't know. I feel
very
like that would have
gently
been
waving
like
a hand over your head.
the
Appropriate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No, that's
you,
why I did it.
you messed with something you probably shouldn't have messed with.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't come back.
Granted,
all the way.
Talio had no idea.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well,
Sometimes you gotta learn from the train wreck. But
Don't always-
Talio's conscious.
Don't always just read things brains. when
Hey,
you
it
don't know what's
worked.
in
It really worked. That's so cool. It worked. They're pulling up the nettle crown. It really worked.
Don't. Please
think-
don't grow another brain.
No, I was just looking to see, if there's anything I could salvage, but, whatever.
I think let's have that tea now.
Sure. Yes.
tea.
Excuse me. And you see some vines move through, and there's a bunch of tea set pieces of Yorkshire gold. This is some amazing tea. It
Maeve,
smells
I don't know if you wanna come
phenomenal.
in.
Yeah, Maeve just walks in.
I think the aroma of
disregarding
the
the whole
tea-
take your shoes off thing, just
Yeah.
stomps her way in.
The aroma of the tea is extremely enticing.
Ignores the little guy, grabs some tea. Talio, here.
Your motor skills aren't fully
Yeah.
back yet, so it's like you got the...
I'll hold the cup and just feed you the tea.
Thank you.
What
Just relax.
what was going on in there? There was some stuff that we said that elicited some sort of reaction.
Do I remember shit?
I want you to roll one more intelligence saving throw. There is a possibility that you remember a vast amount of information spanning
17.
That's
What's
a
with
fucking
these
DC
17s?
again. This DC has been 17 this whole fucking time. Let's say it again. So here's the deal.
Okay.
You remember way too much. You remember things that have gone down possibly thousands of years ago.
Oh, because I'm. Yeah. Oh shit.
Because
Okay.
you have small pieces of people's of minds
you,
across
like-
millions of platforms, meaning that if you would ever like to know something about the history of something for lore, you can attempt to reach back into that very dangerous well of information in perpetuity from now on. There is a chance that you could get some psychic damage backlash from trying to reach into something that the brain trauma of your brain has cut off and put into a different partition. You can reach into like the river Styx and possibly take the damage and pull the information out, but you have a vast encyclopedia of an insane amount of knowledge. Pretty much, you now have a new mechanic where you can say, DM, do I know anything about this? And or whatever. Go like I would like to reach into the Master Archive or whatever, Mind Palace, whatever you want to call it. And there is a potential for, if you roll well, you just to get to know the information. Period. No boundaries, no nothing. Just happens. You just get some god insight.
So.
But there's a risk. If you roll a natural 1, you take permanent intelligence damage. And if you roll badly, you do take psychic damage.
Use that for
So
something.
what?
But
What's
you
going
are
on in there?
basically a lore master that doesn't have control over it yet.
Which is kind of cool. How
Whenever
much
we,
do I remember for being brain dead?
You're like you're like the radioactive superhero where you got like hit by the radioactivity, but you have this big brain time. Like what is it? Leader with the Hulk serum stuff.
No clue.
How much do I remember from being at 0? So.
Oh, you remember all of it.
I remember all of it.
You remember all of it.
Okay.
we mentioned the Feymores and Elias, and that seemed to be the only thing that would elicit any sort of reaction from you.
Yeah. I I remember what happened. That was not great. It was like, it's difficult to describe, but like, have you ever had like a dream, and you know it was like so far removed from reality that it almost felt like you were a completely different person?
No, but go on.
Like feelings of confusion or whatnot, but you knew it wasn't real. Anything like that? No? Fair enough.
Can't say that I have.
I mean, I once dreamt that I went to university and forgot to put on clothing, but I think that's completely different.
Yeah, that's different. But thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing.
I don't know how to describe this. I just don't know how to describe this. It was a lot, and it could not stop it from being a lot, and I could not be here. But I remember here, and thank you all for taking such good care of me.
If I can make an attempt. It was a cacophony of screaming voices that never changed their volume. They were always at the voice in your head that you try to make, that always stays at that same volume, no matter how much you try to make it whisper or make it loud. But it was such a cacophony, it was so overwhelming that your eardrums exploded, you fell backwards, you hit your head, and these voices had so much intent and so much desire, love, hate, anger behind them that the actual physiology of your brain couldn't reconcile the rush of chemical.
Is this Tim or is this the DM?
This is, if I could do my best to try to describe it to you as to what you experienced as your character, the feeling of what it was. If you're trying to recollect what the actual feeling was. Oh, you're not trying to recollect
Just
it?
unable to relate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Just rest
Yeah.
for now.
Do you know?
It was immense amount of torment and pleasure at the same time.
Do you know why Elias's name might have elicited a reaction? If you
I-
don't, that's I don't want to stress you out too much right now.
Or
I'm
mentions of the Fey Moors.
Yeah, I think it's. Shudder. The I think it's just a strong reaction, like if someone kind of pokes you in the side.
Like a knee jerk.
Yeah,
You see as the gnome is like licking the roots of the nettle.
and
That's gross.
I need to speak to Unculine at some point soon.
Well,
Kind of
There,
make sense of
there were
this.
plenty of his platforms outside. I don't want to take up too much of your time tonight, Tim.
Oh, we owe him a great thanks.
Any other brains you want me to work on?
Nope.
no, but this tea
How
is
can
wonderful.
Can we pay you for helping our friend here?
Sure. What do you got?
Well, we
What do
don't
you
really know
have?
what passes for
Burlo boy.
currency?
I hand him one of my deer bone necklaces that I've been carving.
Ooh. Fancy. Hee.
Oh my god.
It fits like a glove.
Looks great on you.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Wait.
I'm going to get to use the swing again with this one. Why are you looking at me like that?
Wait, what did you?
It's not okay for someone who's older to be, in touch with their intimate side? What?
I have some spare candles. Would you like those?
I thought we weren't talking about that.
You know,
until
I had a
the-
phase where I was into wax play, but,
Fair
You can't blame this on us.
this guy's a fucking weirdo.
What?
wandered into
Guy's
a,
an
Be
actual,
into
like, he
wax
is
play?
the
That's fine.
creepiest fucking weirdo.
That's fine.
He's super weird.
Out of character, I think he's
sexual
awesome. I love
deviant.
Do you have a spell?
I think it's more of the fact that he's just out. We should talk about this during the post.
Do you have a spell book?
Do I have a spell book?
Yeah.
No. Ew. I want to write that down.
You mean like
Do you
a
have any
diary?
books?
Well,
I
Never mind.
listen to the pages between the leaves and vines of nature.
Okay, I swear I saw a
smoke a
book
lot.
stuck to your back.
What?
I swear I saw a book stuck to
Well,
your back.
that's I mean, I can't
Is that your diary?
get it out.
Is there
It's just-
anything we can help take off of you that you don't want there?
Yeah, you know what? You want to open that box? I haven't been able to open the desk. I lost the key. It's probably in here somewhere, but I don't know. You want to open that?
Sure.
The roll top desk?
Yeah.
How do you guys open it? It's got a lock and key on it.
Is it like a padlock? Or...
It's not a padlock. It's like the lock that's built into the roll part of the roll.
But if you
top
can pick
desk.
locks, you can probably pick it.
Yeah.
I don't have lockpicks.
Yeah.
What if I just force it open?
You could absolutely try to
I'm
force
gonna
it
try
open.
to just.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a strength check.
Did we have somebody that knew lockpicking?
Actually, I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself. And give
Wait, do you know
myself
lockpicking?
advantage. I don't have thieves' tool.
No, I mean, like, do you know how
Do you
to?
have proficiency with it?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think any
We
of you
should
do.
probably ask him if he's okay if we break this by getting it open.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'll cast enhance ability on
I
myself.
fell asleep on it, and now it's part of me.
Do you have a pry bar of any kind?
I'm already ripping that shit open.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, I'm glad it did that. That's 14.
You rip the. It's only like a journal lock. You know, it's not a very big lock. As you tink snap it, and you entirely pull the roll pop. You know how it's on a track and it rolls on top. You just pull it right off the track, and just accordion pull it entirely off. There's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's a couple boxes that appear to have locks on them. There's several books. There's some paper. There it looks like there was some sort of inkwell in here that has long since spilled all over the place.
You know what? I'm gonna take a bunch of books. I want something to do.
Sure. There's also a bunch of small lock boxes in here that appear to look like the safety deposit boxes that are in shelvings of the roll top. They're only about this big, but there's several of them. There are about 4 of them.
Hey,
One
Lynn,
of
let
them
me
is
see
kinda
one of those
loose, the other are
boxes.
still in there.
Is there anything specific you
That's
wanted
what I
out of
need.
there, or just
No, I just wanted
wanted
it
empty?
open and less weight on it. I don't really care
Oh,
about anything.
That's fair.
I fell asleep because I was drunk on somebody else's roll top, and it attached to me
And it got
because
stuck
things
there.
grew while I was sleeping, and I said sorry, and I left.
Does the paper look anything interesting?
It's mostly blank paper. The paper that isn't blank is in the books.
I just try and smash one of the lock boxes open against the ground.
Okay, roll a strength
Against something
check.
hard. That's worse. 10.
10.
Well, the
you
first
put a
one was
big
a
old
15.
dent in it.
Cool.
It
I'll
might
do it.
take a couple more times.
I
Okay,
still-
so here's the deal. There is lockbox 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, they are different shades of green, we'll say, and brown, kind of the different shades of green and brown. Lockbox 1 was the one that was loose inside the roll top, just kind of rolling around because stuff got jumbled and moved around. The other 3 were still in their like slots in the roll top. Which one are you trying to work on?
Oh, 1.
You were going to work on 1? Which one are you trying to work on?
I'll do 2.
Okay. You pull it out. What do? Just smash it?
I can.
Or you just try to like, pry it open?
I'll pry it open.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll another strength check. What's up?
Can I pull out 3?
Ooh.
Yep.
And I just want to like finger gun Eldritch Blast at the lock.
Oh, good luck. Okay. You're going to fucking shove this thing all through and embed it in the wall.
Well, I mean, like set it on the ground and be like, pow.
Okay, there is a good chance you could destroy everything
Sure.
that's inside of this by doing that. Go ahead.
Nat 20.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You dig your nails from like your damp here, the vampire bits that have grown into this type of strong keratin bark that turn into this more fragile but still extremely strong tensile vines that wrap around the inside and just like roots cracking concrete, just crack this thing open. You don't even do this. You just think about it and it just pink pops open. You open it.
I'm
There's a
pretty
long
strong
piece of
guy.
gnarled wood in here.
Long piece of gnarled wood.
Yep.
Just like a stick.
It looks like a wand, similar to the thing that you did when you made the bricks.
Take the wand.
I lean over to
Take the
Tim,
wand, brick boy.
right as he's like feeling apart. Like he likes to be called daddy.
Oh.
You literally almost
Do you
died.
have any brain problems that I could
Now
help
you're
with?
Instigating.
Huh?
Do you have any brain problems? Brain problems that I can help with? Your brain?
No.
Can I pick your brain?
No.
We might
No.
wanna-
What makes you think I have brain problems?
Oh no, just no, nothing. Just thought curious, thought about just being a conscientious person, just average Joe trying to help out their neighbor. All that stuff.
Well, we appreciate the help you've given us.
Okay.
What are you getting at? I feel like you're getting at something.
Am I? I don't know. I'm
Monitor
getting
went off.
anything. I don't know. What?
The monitor went off.
Oh,
I think it just.
it got hot.
Yeah, I mean, we can take as much out of here as.
It's on over here, so.
I want to take that stick though. Find like a little like rock on the ground or something outside out of curiosity and just be like,
A little rock.
yeah.
There is some sort of sparkly. I don't want to say spores. No, it's more like pollen that does come out of it and just dashes against the rock before it deteriorates and goes away.
Direct deteriorates.
Not the rock, the pollen.
Oh,
the
the
pollen
pollen,
just kind of
okay.
fades. Like it wasn't the proper target for that.
Maybe we get someone who knows Arcana stuff to look
Speaking
at
of which, you can go ahead and roll an Arcana
Yeah,
check
I
if
was
you
gonna
like.
say I
yeah.
agree about magic shit. I do occasionally partake of the magic. Ooh. It's,
that. Funny words, Magic Man.
12.
12. You're not sure what that is, but whatever it was, that wasn't the right spot for it. But it feels real strong. It feels like you're holding a whole redwood tree in your hand.
I like that. Put that in my bag.
This is the suggest the fucking.
I feel like
There's
making a
way
forest today.
too much this episode. I'm sorry. You're still messing with one?
Okay, yeah, so.
Is that, you said you were messing with 3. I'm sorry. He said you already did one. Let me just do. You want to do
Yes,
Edge of Pass?
yes.
Go ahead and roll it. And you can roll. Do you want to try to pry it open?
I have something I want to try.
Okay, cool. While he's rolling, what is it? What is it?
Oh, I pull a small box out. I open it. I have my unbreakable needle
Yeah, you do.
that I have just had with me.
Yeah.
I try to pick it if I can.
Sure. You aren't proficient in thieves'
No.
tools. You
No.
don't have thieves' tools, but here's what I'll do. You can roll a dexterity check. All right. And the only reason why you're allowed to do this is because you have this unbreakable needle.
I obliterate it.
Yeah, 17.
I'm
Just one attack roll.
guessing at 25 hits.
Yes. Did you roll damage?
Yeah.
What'd you-
17.
17? Yeah. You are just able to pop this open.
I mean, it's a little difficult to open because it's dented to all hell and back.
Sure. You open it, and it looks like there's an arrow in it, but it's made out of a very odd material, almost like some sort of like pearlescent bone. It also looks like it has some sort of inscription carved in the side of it, but not in a language you can understand. Does anybody speak Infernal?
No.
No. Oh, it's green.
Leo might
Wait,
in a
Leo?
little while.
Yes,
Do you know what this says?
I don't know what's happening over there.
A little bit.
14
Oh.
force
Do you,
damage.
do you know what it is?
14 force damage.
I rolled
Alright.
max.
I'll tell you what, you give me
On the
10
D10.
minutes, and I will tell you what that says. And I begin to ritual cast.
Okay. You blast the thing up. Whoa! Hey! Maybe outside, yeah? Oh, jeez. Out in my place, I spent a lot of time on that substrate.
Sorry about that. A little too much.
Okay. Why?
Want to see what was inside?
Okay. Did you find anything?
I don't know. Did I?
There's a bunch of shrapnel of pieces of bent metal that are all over the place. You roll an investigation check to see if you can find it, because it just exploded.
30-20.
You guys are just drumming? What's happening over there?
I'm casting ritual casting.
Oh, comprehend languages? You got it. What's
Yeah,
up?
and I'm just kind of
Dirty
vibing.
20.
What are you doing, Oscar?
Do
you want number 4?
Yeah, I guess I'll get in on this. I'll break open number 4.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength check. What'd you get?
30-20.
Dirty 20.
Okay,
You are able to find what
Where's
looks
that?
like 3 shards of an arrow. This is made out of some type of wood, you're not sure, but it doesn't look natural. It also looks and feels like there's something leaking out of it. You destroyed something that could possibly have been magical. And it feels like it's fading, but it's still very much magic.
Ooh, what'd you get over there?
Got another arrow, but I kind of broke it.
Oh shit! I stopped casting my ritual and I cast mending instead.
Mending does not fix broken magical items.
You can put the arrow back together.
It can put the arrow back together, but it won't
Won't
restore
make
its
it magical.
That's true. If you want to stop the ritual and put the arrow back together, you can.
Mend it back in.
I got a 21.
Do you hear that?
21?
The one goes.
Okay, I think I
Yeah, you
might
get your little
actually have to
halfling
minus-
fingers in there and get yourself some nice leverage and tink, pull it open. And you don't rip it open like Len did. You just kind of till you hear the. There is another arrow in here.
Same as the other.
They're not the same.
Okay.
It is an arrow, but they're not. They're all different. There was that gnarled wand
Mm-hmm.
and 3
my
arrows is what you've been able to find in here.
I'm assuming it's also written in.
They're all 3 of them. Now that you're able to see them, do have some inscription. However, the mending spell repaired the inscription on the previous one, so that one is no
Okay.
longer there.
Cool.
One of the monitors.
Whatever type of inscription is on it. There is an inscription on the side of this one as well. All of them are made of different types of material. The one that you have looks almost kind of like a metallic. I have to, pardon me, I have to make sure I don't check myself in a lie because I just don't have the notes of what they are right in front of me. But another person that I know that's part with the campaign does have them. So if I have to change it to make sure that that's consistent, I will. But I'm pretty sure one of them is bone and one of them's wood, and I think the other one's an unidentifiable material. But I will get back to you and I'll make sure that we get that right.
Cool.
They all seem to look, especially you, because you've been around some magical artifacts every once in a while because things get collected. We're back to the temple. It's heavy when it comes to that. You're not great in Arcana, but you know when something is not
Way
mundane.
denser than it ought to.
Yeah, probably. It's also not like the normal size of an arrow. It is like Patriot arrow size. It is somewhere between a ballista and a longbow arrow.
Cool.
It's about like yay long because the safety deposit boxes were about yay long. It feels just super heavy.
Going in the pack.
Go ahead. Yeah, you finished doing your thing. Because
Okay. So this is an arrow, and
Yeah.
you had
I think the
one.
cord came loose.
And what did you get?
Another one of these arrows.
Do yours have writing on them?
Uh huh.
May
Okay.
I see? Would you like to? Well, would you like to know what it says?
Sure.
Perfect. Okay. Well, let's do it first. Yours, and then yours.
You feeling lighter over there?
yeah. Those things were heavy, whatever they were. I feel like I could jump up to the second floor and I might just
Oh, he's gonna get stuck on
and
the
they fall
ceiling.
back and the roll top desk clatters now that it no longer has structural integrity. It's like, I'll be fine. I just have to catch my breath.
Mine.
So this arrow says
One of them says,
the infernal one.
ooh, I have to double check. I really hope I have these notes.
I mean, we
You can get us it.
don't have to
later.
do this. Yeah, right.
I know
right
the
now.
name of it, though. It's so important.
I like that. As a player, I really like hearing that.
You said you fell asleep at somebody's place and collected the roll top desk. Who'd you get it from?
It was apparently a hand-me-down from someone that collected stuff that used to live in the capital in the before times.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yours says what once was.
So this is what once was, and there's the wooden one.
The broken
It says
one.
Covenant.
It says
Not the wooden one. The other one. The only one that has the inscription because you mended it and it got rid of the inscription because it was carved in.
Oh.
So it fixed that.
Oh, did
So
you?
it's no longer has. an
Oh,
inscription
when
on
you
it.
said
I thought
fix
you
the
left it
inscription, I
broken.
thought you meant like
No,
pieced
I-
it back.
No,
together.
like it fixed the arrow and the inscription was carved in, so it considered it damaged, so it healed it up. So you don't have the
That's a
inscription on it
bummer.
anymore.
Okay.
And this
But
is
the other one says Covenant on it.
covenant. Versus Covenant.
Okay.
And
The wooden one doesn't appear to be magical anymore. The other two still appear to be magical and extremely so.
I'm sorry, I can't fix.
Unfixed.
It's my fault for being a little overzealous opening that thing.
There's nobody here real trained. Is anybody trained in Arcana? You are? Right, yes. You see this happen, you're like, there may be a way to fix that, but we have to find someone we have to find somebody who specializes in this type of stuff,
Yeah.
whether it be an enchanter or some type of arcane expert in order to
Maybe
restore something
General
like that.
Greaves can fix it.
Probably.
It is a magical item.
I'm sure we could ask Uncle Lion.
See, you should have trusted my muscle.
Cool.
What do you do with this gnarled piece of wood that you have?
I think it's cute. I like it. I'll put it in my bag.
You gonna put it in your bag? Okay, cool. So as you have collected these arrows from this roll talk desk, you've had Talio brought back to consciousness by this being with a bunch of stuff stuck to them, and have grabbed this wand from this roll top desk as well. You do notice that some of the furniture isn't where it was before. Like it has moved without anybody moving it.
I'm gonna go take a peek at some of this furniture. Like, look at it.
There's like a tall red velvet chair.
I'll
That's
look at it.
a lot closer into the center of the room than it was before. You look at it. How close do you get?
You're really close. Be like, what are you doing over here? Like, get real close.
Okay, you see from the scenes where all the buttons are, it starts to split and open as a bunch of teeth come out and a tongue wraps around your head, and that's where we're gonna end it this session, guys. We'll see you next time.
How many sessions did it take for us to find a mimic?
We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks you for sticking out there. We love you. This is C3 CrestVahllen Dice of Ages, and as always, stay safe out there.
Oh my.
Bye.
Bye.